Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this February 6th edition of Boomer Basketball right back here at Boomer Fieldhouse tonight after Woodward welcomed Clinton to town last night, got the sweep. They turn around and host the Alva Goldbugs and Ladybugs tonight as the challenge, if you will, ramping up for the Boomers. Of course, if you missed it last night, real quickly, Woodward was able to sweep Clinton on both sides. The girls dominated the Lady Reds 61-22. They were led by Alexi Mendel, 16 points. Girls improved to 9-11 on the season. For the boys, they pulled away in the second half, taking a 75-35 lead. Ethan Neal posted a season career high of 30 points. Gage Hutchins off the bench had 17 for the Boomers. They now sit at 8-12 on the season. Joined again tonight here on the broadcast by Mr. Chris Godwin, again filling in for Mr. Dakota Wagner. He's feeling better, guys, but his voice still not quite there. Don't want to strain him too hard. So we got the coach, if you will, perspective from Mr. Godwin and Chris. I mean, we talked about last night. I think, all in all, for the Boomers, you know, what you wanted to see, everything factored in from Friday night against Duncan, both on the girls trying to figure some things out, and then the boys, of course, just trying to continue that effort, that momentum that they had built. All of it came together last night.
It did, and I was actually talking to a couple players today, and the performance that they had last night, they thought that that is what they were capable of early when they played in December. And I just kind of made mention, do you think it was the distraction of Christmas break coming up and all that stuff? So they said, yeah. So they went with the excuse of that. However, I mean, they really had a mission yesterday to overcome what happened on December 18th. And,
yeah.
Man, it really looked good. A whole team performance, and definitely a lot of things that the team can celebrate from.
Well, and you hope that they, don't get too overzealous, because tonight, we talked about last night, the challenge really ramping up with Ladybugs and the Goldbugs in town. Both teams, on high points, if you will, in the season. The Alva Ladybugs come into this contest 17-3. They were number 4 in 3A in the last rankings, essentially before the playoffs, under first-year coach Jeremy Jones for them, and they have just been, for the most part, a dominant team. Their losses, their 3 losses to other top-ranked opponents across the classes, and this is a matchup that's number 2 on the season for the girls' side, as Woodward fell back on January 23rd to Alva, 55-47, a game that, Chris, we were there for. Felt Woodward played well for the most part. Had to stretch, though, really kind of third quarter and really that first half in the first quarter that put them at that disadvantage. Otherwise, played well. They actually won the second half and played even with Alva that second half, but now things have changed with girls, obviously, without Briley Douglas Fisher. Is there still things you think they could replicate from that night? They got Alva down to a pace, it seemed like, for the most part in that game that Woodward wanted to play at. You don't want Alva running on you. They've got some athletes we'll talk about in just a bit. But it seemed like Woodward was able to kind of control that game to a degree. For sure, and I would say that, they had an opportunity with the last night's game and then obviously with Duncan to kind of see, how are we going to manage fast-paced games? How do we stay out of foul trouble? How do we stay in games late? And I think the Duncan game that we had last Friday was a good test for our girls as we were going to face tonight. However, last night I think was good minutes for the team. I think that it kind of gave, let's just say, this week an opportunity to just kind of figure out a feel for our producers. And early on, Lexi Mendel was hitting a 3, and then we had Lily Luckett hitting 3s. We really had a good feel of some shot opportunities, and so I think that was a good transition or opening to what this week is going to bring for the ladies Boomers. And there's a give and take there. We had to play fast break defense last Friday, so we put players in positions that they weren't typically comfortable in. They had to perform, and then last night they got an opportunity to get comfortable and just see what they could produce. Definitely so, and it's will be interesting how Alva takes the change, if you will, for girls. Obviously, Coach Jones, I'm sure, has seen some film now, Boomers without Briley Douglas Fisher the last couple games, but Chris, as a coach, is it a situation where if you're Woodward, you could still maybe throw some surprises in there for Alva, knowing, okay, well, now one of their key pieces is out. Alva, as well as the Boomers, if you will, trying to figure out, okay, what's changed? How can we adjust to that? Is there an opportunity for Woodward to, I wouldn't say surprise Alva, but to just, throw a different look at it now that, it's changed since the last time they met?
Yeah, so we've got players with different roles. I would assume, we've got Kaylee Mills. I think she kind of stepped up to possibly be that next turnaround of what Briley Douglas Fisher was. But on the other side of that, I think Riley Moore is also taking on some different roles and finding ways to either be the distributor or be the one that's kind of just right off the elbow or underneath the basket for those, quick little, I don't know what you would call them, pocket shots, maybe in basketball. But there's definitely different roles that are kind of being taken up by the team. And one thing that I will say for sure is Woodward respects Alva's program because Alva's program is tradition, and I would say on the same token, Alva has to respect the Woodward tradition. And so both programs very, very tenured in their history, and I would say that each program's going to give credit where it's due. And so changes have to be made. Coaches make those changes, and I think with the program's history, there's respect on both sides there.
Kind of profile similar to what we talked about when we talked about the Clinton matchup, the Guyman matchup, the Elk City side. You mentioned that, how that could be a rivalry. I think Alva, you get, Woodward's best shot in terms of that, and if you're Woodward, you get Alva's best shot a lot of the time. That's just how it goes, especially in basketball. Kind of previewing the boys matchup a little bit. This will actually be their third meeting. These two teams, of course, last met on the 23rd, that same night in Alva. Alva boys took that one, 76-54. Cass Shipley had 18, and Kimberlin had 18. Alva looked really healthy, kind of the healthiest they've been most of the season. And you go back to the week capital tournament, they actually went for the first time in the season. They're in the third place game. Alva got that one, 60-53. Woodward was right there with them, but it was Cass Shipley. He was a terror in that game with 27 points, nearly half of the Alva production. So in 2 games, he's put up 45 points. I don't have to go super deep in the history. Everybody kind of knows that at this point. Cass Shipley for Alva is going to be a guy that quite frankly, we'll talk about getting your best effort from if you're Woodward. He's going to be out there trying to show out. He's familiar with this court, and he knows what it takes to get it done on this court. So with that on the boys game, Chris, that's going to be, obviously it always is a big narrative, but Alva had really killed us on the boards in those 2 matchups. Obviously with the size of being Kimberlin, he's a difference maker in that sense, Coach Kimberlin's son. But, we touched on last night, that effort for the boys, especially on the boards, was really impressive. Both last night and then Friday night. Do you think that's the type of team we need to see tonight to have a chance against the Gold Bugs here?
So the team that we need to see is the team that's been performing the last couple of games in terms of taking care of the possession of the ball. We have really distributed the ball well and actually worked for open shots. If you go back to when we played at Alva, we had a lot of turnovers. We were trying to be fast in transition, and I think we were trying to play too fast for the development of getting players in position and whatnot. We were just looking for those super fast breaks, and we just weren't prepared for them. So the team that's been on the court for the Boomers has been a team that in terms of the last couple of games, it's been the team that has taken care of the board but has been working off the ball movement very, very well and getting in positions to be successful. So I hope to see that team. I hope to see the team that distributes it well and is actually working for one another to get open.
Definitely. So in the boys JV game, almost wrapped up. Did not have a girls JV game today, I think, just due to some of the injuries, and I believe maybe some sickness have been going around with both squads from what I've heard.
I think it's going around the world.
Yeah, it's hit pretty hard. For example, and we'll get to it later in the boys game, but Dalen Malone is your senior point guard for Alva. He's not started today simply because he was sick all last week. So that always factors in this time of year late in the season, it seems like, where you get some of that sickness floating around, unfortunately. But the Woodward boys about to take this JV game currently at 52-41, make that 53-41 with just 9 seconds left to play. But with all that said, let's step aside for our first break of pregame show. We'll come back and take a deeper dive into the Woodward Boomers taking on the Alva Lady Goldbugs, game 1 of 2 on the night here at Boomer Fieldhouse. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy, that you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the OSSAA and the Oklahoma Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And welcome back. Boomer Basketball, Z92, Boomer TV. Tyler Riggs, Chris Godwin with you as the boys' JV game is finished. Woodward did take it, finished it off. The only JV game played tonight, but that means the girls have entered the court and getting their warm-up started. And we were talking, of course, about Alva's great season thus far under Coach Jones. And looking at those key players, it's familiar names. Girls we've seen over the last couple of years for them really show out. It begins with Lakin Gaddy. She is a spark plug of a guard, the junior. Just 5'6", Chris, but my goodness, she is all about it. I mean, not necessarily always the point guard of the offense, but when she gets the ball in her hands, she is dynamic. Had 21 in that meeting a few weeks ago against the Boomers. Her and J.C. Kellen were a powerful duo. Kellen wound up with 17 of her own. They combined for 38 of the 55. And those two, like I said, for the last few years have really killed the Boomers. They're just tough to stop.
I mean, when you're producing like that, I think if I remember correctly, she was a physical force.
Yeah.
She was pretty much wherever the possession was, she was right in the middle of it, and her effort behind it was relentless. So it's a great player to have if you're able to have that on your team. And as far as a teammate goes, you know that you're going to get her best effort, and you definitely want to shell out your best effort if you have a teammate like that.
Now, in the last few years, Chris, when talking about Gaddy more specifically, the Boomers have had Navy Edwards, a Thesley Pfeiffer to kind of stick on her defensively. And I wouldn't say completely stop her, but kind of mitigate her athleticism in her own right, her speed. Now you don't quite have that speed to match. You still got some athletes that could go with her, but it's more of a team effort to stop a player like that when things have changed in that sense from the X's and O's standpoint as a coach. How do you try to approach that and say, okay, well, now we don't have some of the tools maybe to deal with, such explosion? Is it a message to the team to say, okay, it's going to be a collective effort? Or, how do you try to approach that?
Yeah, so, you go with the concept of team ball, but you really, really harp on IQ, like IQ gameplay. So I'm aging up there, right? I can't run with the boys like I used to. However, I can stick around for a little while just because I play the IQ style of the game. So if you have the understanding of how to put yourself in a good position, whether it's defensively or maybe around the basket for an opportunity to go score, like IQ is so huge, and athleticism can, benefit you. However, if you understand the game and what players are going to do before they're actually going to do it, you can potentially put yourself in a position to have more success than the athletes would. So I would approach it from that. You have to have the team to understand the whole product. You have to have them understand the exact game plan we're trying to run and adapt to. If just one player is off key on that, that can really hurt us. So staying true to the game plan and then understanding basketball IQ is going to be huge for the Boomers as they have to deal with the athletes and the athleticism that we would probably say that we no longer have, or at least not to the level that we used to. So we have young girls. We're a pretty young squad, I would say, for the most part. I mean, you got who's underneath in terms of depth, right? Like, I mean, when Riley needs a break, Jocelyn needs a break. I mean, we're going way down in as far as age-wise. I mean, we're sophomores or the next, if not freshmen, right? And so our depth chart does not have the amount of experience that we have had in the past. And so we're young. The basketball IQ, we're going to be off-key a little bit here and there, but the more game experience that these girls have, the better they'll get at that. Hopefully, as we wind closer to the end and we're getting into the district play, we can figure out how to be successful with the group that we have.
And Alva, of course, is a great test of all the things we're talking about. They blend depth, athleticism, some size, and just defensive prowess. That's really their calling card under Coach Jones. We talked about Gaddy. She's as spectacular defensively as she is offensively. Kellen's very solid, whether it be on the wing and the post. Look at a Kylie Adair, just a sophomore. Last year, under Coach Gore when she was here, Coach Gore called Kylie Adair as a freshman then the best defender she's seen in high school basketball at such a young age, and she proves that. I mean, there's a lot of possessions where if you go watch Alva, they will stick Kylie on, kind of the other key players for the other teams, and she's earned that right because she could stay with them. And you talk about the IQ plays, makes them very fantastic IQ plays. Hadley Ohm, that size we're talking about, may not always start, but in certain matchups she can really dominate. 6'1" down low, and can be a terror on the boards. Chris, the thing tonight that will be interesting to watch that's changed, obviously the depth factor. This is probably one of the deeper Alva teams we've seen in a minute. To go along with some good athletes. Obviously, with the Boomers being a little bit more short-handed the last time. If you're Woodward, is there a way to try to prevent Alva from really exploiting that depth issue? I mean, how do you try to go about that if you're on the coaching side?
One thing that I would say is our style of play when we played Duncan was very fast-paced, trying to abuse our lack of depth, and our numbers. We did not want to get in foul trouble, so we did not play the physical aspect of the game, which pretty much allowed Duncan to kind of just walk to the basket in most cases. We were really trying to avoid contact, so that way we had a chance to stay in the game at the end should Duncan not be able to complete those possessions. If we do that tonight, I don't know that we would allow ourselves to be in the game towards the third or fourth quarter. I think the Alva Goldbugs, or Ladybugs, they've got the talent to kind of pull away. So personally, I would expect, and especially when you hint the idea of rivalry, we're similar to a rivalry. Just play the game the way it's supposed to be played. I know you want to be safe and you want to play in those positions, but personally, if I'm in that role and I still want to have that physical, I don't know much about basketball in terms of like how you want, but I don't want to give up the physical side of the game. So I would probably pull one of my in quotes bench players and sacrifice their foul count and in terms just to maintain the physical aspect, because I would hate to be in a position that we can't return from should we try to play reserved.
So basically the message is, hey, don't play on the back foot, play as the aggressor in a matchup like this, because Alva's got the ranking, they've got the wins. Basically just don't have that fear is what you're saying as a player.
Everybody loves an underdog, but you gotta have the fight with you, So if you don't come prepared to deliver on that end, it's hard to buy it. It's hard to get a full team to actually excel the amount of effort that is needed to overcome a lot of the adversity that they're going to have to do.
Hey, I do want to remind you, of course, want to thank our great sponsors. As we always do, High Plains Tire, gold sponsor of the Boomer Coaches Show, Top Cat Formal Wear and Accessories, Divine Stationery, Klein Mechanical, Northwest Glass, Great Plains National Bank, R5 Custom Embroidery, and Long Shots Bar and Grill. Our Coaches Show host tomorrow will actually be on Z92, 6 to 7. We'll have the athletic director himself, David Norden. We'll catch up with Coach Lace Moore, a couple of the basketball players, and we'll catch up with the Boomer basketball boys. Coach Gaines has some conflicting things, so she'll be out tomorrow night, but we'll hear from the seniors as we approach senior night upcoming for the Boomers. So we'll get to catch up with them, and I do want to shout out, of course, over on K101. A few minutes, Oklahoma basketball will go on the air as the men are hosting 21st ranked BYU. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Pregame coverage starts at 6:30, so 5 minutes. And if you're wondering about Oklahoma State basketball, they are underway against Houston in Houston. Houston currently ranked number 5 in the nation. Oklahoma State looking to continue to build off their first couple of wins of the conference season last week and a half or so. They're currently trailing 15-8 to Houston. About 10:25 left in that first half. We'll keep you updated throughout the night here on Z92. With that said, let's step aside for a final pregame break, and on the other side, we'll have the national anthem, the starting lineups, and the opening tip as Lure Boomers host the Alva Gold Bugs tonight here at Boomer Fieldhouse. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
People investing in people. That's what they're all about at Great Plains Bank, because life isn't a transaction, it's a journey. And on that journey, we're greater together. Great Plains Bank has locations in your local area because they're here to serve you. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For more than 20 years, Northwest Glass has served Northwest Oklahoma with all their glass and door needs, including vehicle and equipment, windshield replacements and chip repairs, rekeying locks, and window and door repairs and installations. Call 256-4324 or stop by 611 Texas Avenue for all your glass and door needs. Good luck, Boomers.
Attention Expo Farm Expo exhibitors. Booth space is now available. It's the K101 Z92 Home and Agribusiness Trade Show, and it's coming to the Woodward County Event Center and Fairgrounds April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now in our 40th year, the show features 2 exhibitor buildings plus outdoor exhibitor space, and will host an extensive variety of agriculture and farm equipment. Also, home improvement ideas, clothing, communication, and entertainment products, ATVs, lawn and garden, new and used automobiles, plus arts and crafts, and great food vendors. Thousands annually rely on Expo Farm Expo to see a wide variety and selection of products and services that only a show of this size can offer. Booth space is now available by calling 580-256 4101. That's 580-256-4101. Don't miss out. Reserve your space today for the Tri-State's largest spring home and farm show and be part of Expo Farm Expo 2024. Coming to the Woodward County Fairgrounds Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's food, folks, and fun with K101.
Welcome back to Boomer Basketball, Z92, Boomer TV. As just a couple minutes away from the national anthem, starting lineups and opening tip-off between the Boomers and the Ladybugs gets underway tonight. One of 2 games the boys will, of course, follow. And Chris, we talked about a lot of keys for the Boomers tonight. Obviously, trying to deal with some of the explosive athletes that Alva will have, their tough defense, and also, trying to play on the aggressive side rather than being on that back foot. Is there any big final key that sticks out to you for the Boomers tonight, other than what we've already talked about thus far?
Stay around the game. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. You got to remain physical. I guess I'd just be reiterating at what we've already talked about. The physical side of this game has got to be there because Alva's got to earn every bucket. If we allow them to have those free opportunities, they'll pull away. And so, I'd like our girls to stay in that concept of staying in the game physically and take care of the possession of the ball. On the boys' side, that was a big hindrance for the boys being successful when we went down to Alva. On the girls' side, I'd like us to control possessions a little bit and, one thing is someone's got to be the shooter, right? So control the possessions and then be comfortable taking the shots.
Well, to that point, we've seen the Lily Luckett, we've seen the Jocelyn Treese both be confident in that over the last couple of weeks, saying, hey, you know we need that, and when it's open, they've got the green light. Lily especially has stepped up big in that, seemingly since the Kingfisher tournament. And to add to your point about controlling the possessions and just handling the ball, that road loss against Alva, you know, it's only 9 points, but that's what got you kind of in trouble a little bit, because Alva is so good, underrated, at really maximizing any turnovers, right, in terms of points off those turnovers. Coach Jones is, I think that's been the biggest improvement for this team. They were great last year, but he's really got them clicking when somebody makes a mistake unforced. Alva really pounces on that as a team, so you have to be careful for the Boomers. That's how, as Chris has mentioned, and you kind of stick around in the game. With that, we'll turn over to Mr. Troy Harley for the national anthem and starting lines.
Tonight, your Boomers lost the Alva and the Lady Bulldogs for basketball action. Folks, before our national anthem, we will recognize a moment of silence so that you may, if you choose, reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activities. Please be respectful of others during this moment of silence. And now, if you're able, please remain standing, face the American flag, as our Woodward High School choir performs our beloved national anthem.
And there were your starting lines for both squads. For the visiting Ladybugs, Kylie Adair, J.C. Kellen, Lakin Gaddy, Carly Argo, and Morgan Heath, the 5. Alva wearing the road black and gold uniforms. The Boomers starting Lily Luckett, Jocelyn Treese, Riley Moore, Kaylee Mills, and Lexi Mandel. The 5 for the Boomers wearing the home white uniforms with the black trimming, black numbers, and text as well. Boomers working right to left in this first half. Alva going left to right in front of us. 8 minutes on the clock. Riley Moore and Kylie Adair ready to tip off for both sides as the officials getting everybody set one the final time. There's the whistle. The ball is in the air. The tip is won and controlled by Alva as Gaddy takes a high. Right wing goes top of the key to Heath. Heath looking to pass it back to Gaddy. Gets it. Gaddy picked up by Treese on the wing. Rolls around the top. They work it to Heath left wing. Heath picked up by Mills in the man defense. Kellen takes possession left elbow. She'll drive a double team and they say a foul as the Boomers closed in on Kellen on the drive. Shot was no good, but Kellen heads the line for 2 free throws. Just 20 seconds into the first quarter as Kayla Mills picks up her first foul, first of the game for either team. Kellen at the line for 2 free throws. The first one splashes home. Mentioned Kellen had 17 in the previous matchup back on January 23rd. Second free throw on the way. That one good as well. Kellen with 2 points, and Alva leads 2-0. A little bit of a press as Jocelyn Treese takes the handle. Nice dribble moves to get around Morgan Heath across the timeline on the left wing to Mills. They work it right side. Mendel takes it. Picked up by Adair. Swings up top to Treese. Treese looking to drive, has the dribble. Instead, flips it left wing, pass batted. Eventually stolen away by Gaddy. It's a 2-on-2 the other way. Caddy round down the right block. Her shot, way strong. Rebound collected by Medell. She'll push ahead for the Boomers. Now slow up the pace. One to get the offense set up. She'll be checked by Adair. Top of the key. Middle trying to work around her. Goes left wing to Luckett. Luckett having to run over and catch the pass. Eventually they work it to Moore. Top of the key. Moore finds Treese on the right wing. Picked up by Heath. Has a dribble to use. Now takes at Heath. The ball loose though as it bounces off the leg of a defender. Picked up eventually by Kellen as Alva pushes ahead down the right side. Adair, her pass batted by Mendel. She'll get it right back though. Hands off to Kellen at the right elbow. The jumper catches the iron left side. Goes out and collected by Mendel for the Boomers. They trail 2-0. 6:35 left in the first quarter. Mendel across the timeline again. Picked up by Adair in her physical defense. She's called for a foul on a couple bumps. And that's her first, team first for Alva. As Mendel went inbound in front of the Alva bench for the Boomers. Goes out to Jocelyn Treese near the timeline, picked up by Heath. Treese works the left side to Luckett. She's picked up by Gaddy. And that goes Mendel, top of the key. Mendel finds Mills, left side in the corner to Luckett. Luckett with the pump and then works up top to Moore. She'll take a bump, try to drive in the paint, kicks out to Luckett as she was cut off. Working back up top to Treese. Boomers trying to find a bucket. 6 minutes left in the first quarter, trailing 2-0. Luckett trying to drive baseline, cut off on the left side. Has a hand off to Mendel. Mendel gets in the paint, draws the double team, kicks out to Moore for the jumper from the right wing off the top of the backboard, they say, and out of bounds as it took a couple bounces on the iron. So open look for Moore. Does not result in points, and Alva gets it back. Kellen inbounds as the Boomers apply the press. She gets it to Heath, and they work it back to Kellen as she'll dribble up the court. Goes across timeline to Heath. Finds Gaddy. Gaddy into the paint. Double team by the Boomers. Good defense by Moore on the backside. Causes the miss. Rebound collected by Treese as she pushes down the left side. Treese slows it up. Goes top of the key. And now she'll attack once again. The paint tries to pass out to Luckett. Pass stolen away by Gaddy. Gaddy one-on-one with Mendel down the left side. The layup off the glass and in. Lakey Gaddy on the board with 2. Alva leads 4-0. 5:25 in the first quarter. Mendel with the possession across the timeline for the Boomers. Working right to left on the right wing. She'll drive into the right corner, get cut off, go up top to Luckett. The high pass, they work it to Treese left side. She drives baseline, working on Heath. Kicks it back out to Mills. Mills dumps it down to Treese inside. Double teamed on the floater in the paint. That's off the mark, gets her own rebound. They swing it to Luckett, left wing for 3. Luckett bit too strong. Backside rebound though by Moore. Powers it up on Gaddy. That's short. Rebound fought for and collected by Gaddy. Eventually but stolen away by Mills. Mills off the glass, wide open, can't get it. Her rebound collected by Mendel. The Boomers extend the possession. Eventually knocked out of bounds by Argo. Oh, Chris, they had some looks at it.
They definitely did, and you know, this is a take a deep breath moment. I mean, 4-0 right now, not a big deal, but we cannot play panic ball. In the attack, we've got to be a little bit more under control and breathe and look around.
As Coach Jones with some substitutions to throw in Hallie Ohm as well as Asia Blackledge. Boomers on the inbounds. After it was knocked out of bounds, Luckett double team left side. Goes top key to Treese. Finds Moore at the free throw line. Turns, drives on Blackledge. Up off the glass. It's too strong as it hits the backboard. Rebound collected by Gaddy. She'll race that down the right side of the lane. Puts up the layup in transition. Goes high off the glass. Bounces around and sinks in. Gaddy with 4 points. Alva leads 6-0, 4:15 remaining in the first quarter. Treese top key for the Boomers. Finds Moore at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Medell on the right side on the wing. She picked up by Kellen. Now double team has to go to Treese. She launches the left wing three. That's a bit off rhythm. It's too strong, but rebound collected by Mendel. Extended possession for the Boomers. They get it out to Treese yet again. She drives, kicks it behind her to Luckett as they swing it to Mendel on the right wing. Pumps, drives, about the free throw line jumper. It's short off the front iron. Rebound collected by Gaddy. She'll race ahead again for Alva. Gaddy now checking it up. She didn't like the numbers on the right wing. She's picked up her dribble, needs some help. Finally, Blackledge comes to her for Alva as Blackledge works back to Gaddy, high right wing. She hands off to Treese, or to Kelly, at the Woodward W. As Coach Jones wants to get a play set up. 3:25 remaining in the first quarter. Alva up 6-0. Boomers trying to find a stop. Kellen flees into Ohm. Ohm trying to drive. They say she's fouled as she puts up the shot off the glass. It was too strong, but Hadley Ohm to the line for 2 free throws. The foul charge, Jocelyn Treese, her first, team second of the quarter. Hadley Ohm, the big post threat we talked about, didn't start today, but has started previously in other instances. 6'1" sophomore, first free throw splashes in. Coach Jones early with these substitutions. We're talking 2, 3 at a time for Alva, trying to take advantage of the depth. Second free throw on the way for Ohm. That rouse around, leaks out left side. Rebound picked up by Moore for the Boomers. 7-0 Alva on top. Boomers still trying to find their first basket of the ball game. High right wing. Mendel feeds over to Treese near the corner. Treese with the dribble goes baseline to Mills. Mills trying to find more cuttings. Batted away initially. Boomers collect it back as they work at the middle left corner. Mendel looking to drive and is cut off, has to back it out top of the key. Works all the way around the perimeter as they find Mills again on the right baseline. Mills has dribble use, turns, drives baseline, kicks it out to Luckett in the left corner. Top key up to Mendel. Right side, Treese finds an opening for a 3. On the wing, that's too strong off the back iron. Long rebound scooped up by Adair for Alva. Adair flips it ahead to Argo on the left wing. 2:35 remain first quarter. Alva with the 7-0 lead. Treese applying tough defense on Argo as they work it down to Adair on the baseline. Adair gets positioned inside. Her shot, though, rolls off the rim. Too strong. Picked up by Riley Moore. The Boomers push back the other way as Treese takes it down the right side of the court. On the wing, goes cross court left side to Luckett. Luckett feeds it up top to Middle. They'll get the offense set up. Back to Luckett. Thinks about the 3. Does not take it. Goes left baseline to Moore. Moore trying to bounce at the Mills. It gets batted away. Luckett comes up with swing it to Middle on the right side. Goes on the baseline to Mills. Mills with a nice pump. Dumps it down to Moore. She's double teamed though in the paint. Trying to find a way to power it up. Can't get it there. Gets the second effort and gets fouled. So Riley Moore goes to the free throw line for the Boomers. And good positioning. Just Alva collapsing in that paint.
Yeah, they're doing a great job defensively, and I just looking at it, I mean, they're going to give the open look to the backside switch, but I wouldn't take that bait because I think it's just a trap, you know, to get them to swing it out there, and they're going to look for that poke and play for a transition basket.
Boomers do get on the board as Riley Moore makes the first free throw. Again, Alva with the quick and fast substitutions in and out, at least 2 or 3 girls at a time for Coach Jones. Second free throw on the way for Moore. That splashes as well. She's got the first 2 points for the Boomers as they trail 7-2. Minute 55 remaining in the first quarter. Alva breaking the press the other way. Adair top the key. Kicks the Targo left wing. Launches the 3. That's an air ball. And it bounces off of Gaddy. It's back to the Boomers. So rare air ball from Carly Argo. Usually a very solid shooter from the perimeter. As Luckett sends it in to Middle as the Boomers get the offense rolling. Mills near the timeline takes the pass. Looking to try to get across. Has picked up the dribble. Still in the backcourt. Boomers got to get across. Middle finally does work it across. Picked up by Adair. High left wing. She feeds it to Treese. Treese guarded tightly by Heath. Gets to the free throw line. Kicks out to Luckett. Right wing for 3. She launches. That's too strong off the side of the rim. Rebound. 5-4 girls hit the floor. A whistle. And they say out of bounds off the Boomers as Alva collects the possession back. Ladybugs on top, 7-2, minute 25 remaining first quarter. As Heath flips it up to Argo right side. They break the press across the timeline. She finds Kellen. Kellen takes in the paint, blow a runner, and it floats in. So J.C. Kellen took advantage of the space. She's got 4. Makes it 9-2 Alva on top. Boomers dealing a little bit of a press of their own from Alva as Treese gets their cross on the right side, feeds to Mills. Mills near the baseline gets cut off, and they say she traveled. She was near the block, right side, looking for somebody to pass to. They say she moved that pivot foot. So Alva gets back, minute remaining in the first quarter. They lead 9-2. Boomers trying to prevent the double-digit deficit. As Heath around the top key works over to Argo left wing for 3. Argo too strong as it goes off the rim. Far side picked up by Moore. It'll be Treese pushed back for the Boomers down the left side of the court. Goes over to Luckett beside her. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Luckett dumps down to Mills. Mills, nice position, floats it up off the glass and in. It's a nice dime from Bully Luckett results in Kaylee Mills with the bucket. Boomers make it 9-4, still trailing by 5. Alva again breaks the press as Argo gets it just below the right wing. Kicks out, they work at top T. Kellen. She sits for the 3. It's short off the front iron. Rebound collected by Mills. Pushes out of the middle, wide open. All by herself on the drive off the glass, right side and in. The Boomers have cut it to 3 near the end of this first quarter. 9-6. Mendel with her first basket. Quickly, Alva with 6 seconds trying to get across timeline as Kellen picks up the dribble. Flips ahead with 4, and they'll say last touch by Mills. The shoe's trying to sky for it. Goes out of bounds with 2.4 seconds. Alva will have one final look before the end of the first quarter. As Kellen triggers near side, gets into Heath. Heath launches at the buzzer and it rolls in somehow. Thought the Boomers got a hand on, but Heath drains the 3 to end the first quarter. And so the Boomers, after one, trail the Gold Bugs 12-6. We'll step aside for a break. Come back for the second quarter. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
A new year has started, and you've got a lot to look forward to. So let's make sure the flu doesn't cause an unexpected change of plans. Take time to get your flu shot, and remember to wash your hands and practice good hygiene so you don't spend your cherished moments sick in bed. Let's make this year unforgettable for all the right reasons. Skip the flu, not the fun. Visit oklahoma.gov/health/fight flu to find a flu shot clinic near you.
Back at Woodward Fieldhouse as we begin the second quarter. Woodward has possession, working right to left, trailing 12-6 after that first frame. Morgan Heath had a big 3 to end the quarter, and the Boomers travel underneath as they worked into Kaylee Mills, who had good position under the basket, but kind of pump faked, if you will, but took her feet with her. So it's a turnover to begin the second quarter. As Alva takes it back, Heath sends it across the timeline to Gaddy on the left wing, picked up by Treese. Gaddy feeds back to Heath onto the Woodward W. She turns trying to drive on Mendel, gets cut off. Finds Kellen on the right wing. Free throw line to Adair. Adair's pass batted. Almost stolen by Luckett, but Adair got it back on the right wing. Goes up to Gaddy, top key, out to Heath, left wing. She'll launch the 3. It's an air ball. Second air ball we've seen from Alva in this ball game. Boomers get the rebound after the save. Treese pushes ahead. It's a 2-on-2 the other way down the right side. Treese off the glass and gets the and one. Jocelyn Treese with the drive.
Back-to-back possession. I mean, when I say possessions, great defensive front. That is the first time that we actually protected the lane and avoided them from having any lane to go into. And then, you know, a strong effort right there by Jocelyn Treese for the basket.
The and one free throw was too long. Alva comes up with the possession, racing ahead as Heath. She loses it. Alva collects it, though, as they work it to Kellen on the left wing. She'll set up the offense and hand it off to Gaddy. Gaddy Adair. Play a little catch. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Alva on top of the Boomers, 12-8. As Alva with possession, Adair swings the left wing to Heath. Down low to Ohm. Ohm double teamed. Her low floater is short off the front of the iron. Rebound collected by Mills. Scoops it back to Treese. Treese races ahead. Feeds it to Luckett on the left wing. with the catch. Luckett looking to pass, now drives, find Mills on the baseline, left side. Mills trying to power it up. It's blocked initially, collected by Moore though. Boomers extend the possession. They look for Treese on the right wing. Down to Moore on the baseline. Moore trying to go up top. That pass batted, now scooped up, stolen by Gaddy. Gaddy one-on-one with Mendel down the right side. Angles her body in, somehow gets it off the glass.
See, on that swing play that we had, instead of continuing that to the corner, I would have liked the fake swing and then dump it into Mills in the lane.
Mendel the other way for the Boomers with a strong drive down the right side. The paint's just a bit off the front rim. Rebound fought for underneath. Jump ball gives the possession to Alva on the arrow. So Alva retakes it up 14-8, 6:11 to go in the first half. Kellen will trigger for the Ladybugs, gets it in to Adair. As Boomers kind of back off the full court press, try to go with maybe a half court trap. As Gaddy takes it from the left wing, drives, feeds it down to Ohm on the right block. Her shot swatted by Riley Moore. She read it.
The funny thing is she just like continues to look like a look. She just makes an impact play, a huge swat, and she just stands there like, all right, well, wait for the inbound, I guess.
Alva on the inbound. Ohm goes to Heath, top of the key. She's guarded tightly by Mills. Hands off to Gaddy, rolls around the top again, picked up by Mills. Has picked up the dribble. Gaddy finds Kellen and a whistle at the free throw line as Kellen, trying to receive the pass, took a bump from Riley Moore.
Those are the unfortunate fouls. Like those are the ones that you're asking yourself, how did we pick that one up, right? Like you see that kind of contact every so often, and it's most of the time it's not called. Those are the ones you don't want to pick up.
On the inbound, Morgan Heath takes possession for Alva. She stands near the Woodward W. 5:40 remaining in the first half as Alva leads 14-8. Mills on Heath. Heath dumps down to Kellen. Her shot blocked. Guess who? Riley Moore with the swat. Jocelyn Treese comes up with it. Goes across the timeline for the Boomers. Right side to Luckett on the wing. Luckett feeds it back up to Treese. Treese looking to pass. Goes to Moore. Double team to the free throw lines. Finds Luckett out for the three. It's just rolling out. Rebound fought for underneath, and they got a whistle and a foul on Alva on the loose ball. As it was Kaylee Mills battling underneath. Second foul charge. 2. That would be, if I could get my numbers correct. Goodness, Kylie Adair. As Mendel able to hit the three off the inbounds of the Woodward. Boomers got it to 3. Mendel on the board with 5 points now. Boomers have got Heath trapped in the backcourt. She somehow gets up to Gaddy, but Moore rips it away and steals it for the Boomers. Moore flips it ahead to Treese. Treese looking to attack, goes to Luckett near the left block. Luckett backs it out to Moore, top key. Boomers will set the offense. Looking to either tie or cut it to 1. 4:50 remaining in the half. Mendel sends it over to Luckett left side. Hands off to Treese, straight away for 3. That rims out on the side. Rebound collected by Kellen. Her pass almost stolen away as Heath collects. Does get up to Gaddy. One-on-one with Treese the other way. Gaddy flips it home off the glass in transition, and she's got 8. 16-11. Boomers trail by 5 with 4:30 remaining in the half. As Mendel has on the right wing, goes cross-court left side to Luckett. Dumps down to Mills on the baseline. She's nearly tied up by Kellen. Has the fight for it. Somehow gets the more. They work it out to Treese. Over to Mendel on the right side. Thought about it. Now she will take the 3. That one too strong off the back iron. Rebound skied for by Adair. Adair trying to race ahead as she flips it over to Argo. Argo shot though challenged by Lexi Mendel. This goes out of bounds. It'll stick with Alva, but boy, Boomers in transition for the most part, other than Gaddy attacking Chris. Everybody else have been able to shut down.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the clock and seeing how many times has Alva subbed? How many times have we found a sub? Our girls are putting in the effort, and they're staying in it with 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
As top the key, Gaddy takes it, attacks on Treese, runs into Riley Moore, who blocks the layup on the right side. Moore takes the rebound, scoops it up to Mendel. Mendel attacking the other way down the left side. Nice dribble move, almost gets the and one, but instead is fouled as it just leaked out from the front of the rim. And again, Riley Moore with, I believe, her 3rd block of this first half, maybe the 4th. She is rotating well underneath the basket. The foul charge to Channing Ferguson, who's in the ball game. First free throw for Mendel. Off the mark. It's remained 16-11. 3:49 left in the first half. Second free throw for Mendel. That's long as well, but the rebound underneath by Mills. Mills collects in the paint. She goes up with the shot. It's off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, somehow kicks it out to Luckett. No, they say she's out of bounds. Tried to challenge for it. Unfortunately, did not work out. As Alva takes it back, up by 5, 16-11, 3:40 left in the first half in the backcourt. Heath with it, picked up her dribble, she's dead. Does find across the timeline Ferguson, gets out to Gaddy on the right wing. Tries to go top to Gaddy, pass batted, but Gaddy does get it to Heath, as Heath will set it up at the Woodward W, picked up by Luckett. Swings it right wing to Gaddy, who's guarded by Mendel. Goes free throw line to Ferguson. Ferguson gets an elbow in on Mills and somehow gets past her for the layup. Extended that elbow, no call. Ferguson with her first basket. Boomers the other way, trailing 18-11. Moore still take the drive in the paint, had space. It's too strong off the backboard. Rebound, fought for underneath. A jump ball. Possession arrow does side with the Boomers. Good look again for Ollie Moore, just fortunately could not convert. As Jocelyn Treese inbounds beneath the right block on the baseline. Triggers into Lexi Mendel on the wing. Top the key to Luckett. Back over to Treese, left corner, launches the three in rhythm, and it splashes home. Big three for Treese. She's got 5. The Boomers cut it back to a 4-point deficit. 2:56 remaining in the first half. As Heath looking to attack for Alva. Drives across the timeline, gives it to Argo. Argo stops, pops from the left baseline. Blocked again by Riley Moore. And now a fight for the ball on the loose ball. A jump ball forced by the Boomers as Argo crashes to the floor. Possession arrow keeps with Alva, but Riley Moore again just rotating Chris.
Yeah, she's doing a great job at reading and anticipating plays and, you know, staying underneath the basket until the absolute last second, and that's when she approaches and really closes down the space.
Argo comes out for Alva, a little shaken up after the play. Ohm steps in as she will trigger beneath the left block for the Ladybugs. Gets it up top to Ferguson, picked up by Luckett. 2:40 remaining in the half. Now picks up her dribble, needs help, goes to Heath on the right side. Heath gives the signals to set up the offense yet again. Flips it to Gaddy, left wing, in the corner to Kellen. Kellen looking for somebody, guarded tightly by Mendel. And Kellen, almost loses the handle. Oh, now puts the elbow. Yeah, that's an offensive foul. Got real upset with the tight defense for Mendel and then shoved her after. Boomers getting Alva a little frustrated right now. And that's unusual to see from J.C. Kellen, somebody who's very experienced in a lot of these situations. And Coach Jones ain't liking it. He'll take her out for a quick second and let her cool down as Asia Blackledge steps back in, the sophomore.
That's the appropriate thing to do. I mean, this is that rivalry sense. Like that's where we're at.
And then Treese just travels across the timeline, separate feet. Sorry to cut you off there. Just
no, you're good.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's just the rivalry, and I mean, and the emotions of what this game means to both teams. And you know, there's okay to have emotion. You know, there's okay for frustration to be in there, and we just gotta find a way to be calm, cool, and collected.
Gaddy trying to drive for Alva, draws the triple team, finds Blackledge left baseline extended. Her shot over the rim, picked up on the backside by Ohm, pokes it up and in, and one for Hadley Ohm. Her size just too much for the Boomers on that instance. And they get Riley Moore for her second foul, second of the quarter as well. Ohm has the line for the and one, and she's got 3 points thus far. The free throw, good, and it will make it 21-14. Alva on top with 2 minutes left in the first half. Boomers trying to find an answer. On the right wing, Mendel takes the pass from Treese. Works back up top, finds Moore in the paint, kicks out to Mendel. On the right side, thought about the three, now trying to drive around Heath. Heath all over him. As Mendel has to back it out, goes to Luckett left side. Luckett sees the double team, finds Mills in the paint at the free throw line. Back out to Mendel, straight away for 3, and it just rims out. Rebound fought for, it's tipped to Ferguson for the Ladybugs. They flip it over to Heath right side. She'll set up across the offense across the timeline. Gives it over to Blackledge left side. They dump it at home on the block. Swings out to Gaddy on the right wing. Sits up for the three. Hand in the face by Luckett. Shot wayward and fought for on the loose ball. And they say possession arrow goes to the Boomers. So 20 left in the half. Woodward trying to keep it tight here before the end of the half as they trail by 7, 21-14. Treese inbounds to Luckett, who will take it up the court for the Boomers. Luckett with the jog across the timeline, sits up right wing to Mendel, in the corner to Mills. Mills driving baseline, trying to find more. She's triple team, works it back out to Mendel, top gate, pumps, gets the free throw line for the jumper. It's off the front of the rim, just a bit short. Rebound scooped up by Ferguson for Alva. Gaddy will take the pass. She'll look to set up the offense. 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Gaddy guarded tightly by Mendel, high left wing. Mendel all over, count is on. Gaddy with the behind the back dribble, gets a high screen, and now we've got a whistle and a timeout by Coach Jeremy Jones with 47 seconds remaining in the half. It's the first timeout of the first half. We'll step aside with them. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92.
Over the past few years, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected how we live our daily lives.
Today, 1 in 5 Americans experience emotional and mental health challenges, but many of us do not understand what we are facing or how to ask for help.
At the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, we work every day to eliminate stigma, combat mental illness and substance use disorders, and advance mental health.
If you or someone you love needs help, you are not alone. Please visit mentallyhealthynation.org to learn more.
Welcome back to Boomer Basketball, Z92 Boomer TV. Tyler Riggs, Chris Godwin with you here on Z92 KMZE FM Woodward. And the Boomers trail 21-14 this first half to the Ladybugs. 47 seconds remain out of the timeout. Alva with the possession as Morgan Heath will trigger from kind of an odd spot on the court. It's the deep corner on the left baseline. As there's a whistle, looking to find somebody, counts on, eventually goes up top to Kylie Adair. She's picked up immediately by Treese. Hands over to Ferguson on the right side to Gaddy. Gaddy able to collect, almost was loose. Flips into Ohm in the paint. Ohm's little floater, that's off the side of the rim. It's off, rebound collected by Moore as she'll feed ahead to Treese for the Boomers. Woodward trying to find a basket. Treese going to attack the free throw line. Kicks out to Luckett left side on the baseline to Moore. Moore seeing some pressure, now gets up under the rim, goes for the shot. It's off the bottom of the backboard. Rebound collected by Alva. They push ahead to Gaddy. It's a 2-on-2. Gaddy in the middle on the drive. Middle with good defense. Forces the miss. It's over the backboard, or over the rim, I should say. Picked up by the Boomers as Luckett flips ahead to middle. High right wing. 10 seconds remain in the half. Middle picked up by Heath. Top key with 7. Still has the dribble. In the corner to Treese with 5. Down low to Mills with 4. Mills trying to work inside, and she's swatted away by Ohm. And they say Mills lost it on the way up with .2 on the clock in this first half. So 21-14, Alva on top. Likely will take this lead into the half as Adair will trigger into Heath, and sure enough, Heath doesn't even try to put it up, and that's how we end the first half. Alva takes the 7-point lead into the break, 21-14 over the Boomers. Let's step aside, come back for the halftime show. You're listening to Boomer Basketball, Z92 and Boomer TV.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice in performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats. First for Alva, it's Lakey Gaddy with 8 points leading the way. 4 from J.C. Kellen thus far. 2 for Channing Ferguson. Also got 4 from Hallie Ohm. 3 from Morgan Heath for the Ladybugs. For the Boomers, it's Lexi Meadow and Jocelyn Treese with 5 points apiece. 2 from Riley Moore, 2 from Kaylee Mills. And Chris, really looking at the first half, Woodward seemed to go pretty well toe-to-toe with Alva. It's just Alva made a couple more shots. I mean, I'd say otherwise they're very even.
Yeah, the speed, I think the speed of our possessions was kind of the hindrance at us being successful. We were trying to have the type of speed to kind of make things a little bit more difficult for Alva to handle. However, they had the legs, they had they had the extra subs that could come in and make things a little bit easier on their load to not necessarily get so worn out. Defensively, we made a great adjustment and packed the lane, started packing the lane to where they didn't have those open drives. But in the offensive side of the game, we were kind of swinging the ball around and finding somebody in the middle and then pitching it out. So there was definitely some growth and some improvement there, and I'm excited to see how we come back after a conversation at half.
Definitely so, and you know, just again, that we talked about the pregame, right? You had mentioned not playing scared, being the aggressor, being physical. I think we've definitely seen that from the Boomers so far tonight. You compare it to the Duncan game where, you know, it was the first game without Briley, and they're trying to figure out how to operate in that sense, and in doing so a little short-handed. I think some of that concern that we saw from the Boomers, it's taken a different step. You know, I mean, they clearly carried some of the momentum from last night against Clinton.
They did, and you know, it's like I said, you know, last night was kind of that open court, open gym. We had opportunities to get comfortable and have those open looks. What I seen early on in that first quarter was the concept of the speed at what our passes were. You know, early on in that first quarter, we were not comfortable at catching a ball in a shooting form. When we did catch it, we were like it was slipping behind us and whatnot. So we had to sit there and readjust, and it just took more. It just ended up taking more time, and we never really had a clear open look because the speed at which that pass came in. So that is the big change from last night to tonight, is the speed at which Alva is pressing us and forcing us to play at a higher rate. We're just not in that ready position. Well, and we're getting used to it. We're warmed up now.
Yeah.
Early on, that was the big thing for me, is I was noticing our passes were so high pressure that as soon as we caught it, it was actually slipping behind us. We had to re-grip, and we weren't ready to be in a shot form. So, yeah, I mean, the tale of those two nights, that's what I would say is last night, the passes didn't have to come in with heat.
Right.
You know, we were wide open, ready for it at all times. So tonight it's a little bit different speed of play. We're now getting accustomed. We're getting warmed up into the game.
And we'll see if the Boomers can close this 7-point gap as we get ready for the second half. Let's step aside for break. Come back, get you some keys to the second half and the start of the second half between the Woodward Boomers and the Alva Ladybugs. You're listening on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Need to pay the babysitter, but don't have enough cash? Use Zelle, located in the Bank 7 mobility app, to send money from your account to someone else's within minutes. With an email address or phone number, you can directly pay anyone you trust. Zelle is fast, safe, and free. Visit bank7.com for more details. Data rates and transfer limits may apply. Member FDIC.
Attention Expo Farm Expo exhibitors. Booth space is now available. It's the K101 Z92 Home and Agribusiness Trade Show, and it's coming to the Woodward County Event Center and Fairgrounds April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now in our 40th year, the show features 2 exhibitor buildings plus outdoor exhibitor space, and will host an extensive variety of agriculture and farm equipment. Also, home improvement ideas, clothing, communication, and entertainment products, ATVs, lawn and garden, new and used automobiles, plus arts and crafts and great food vendors. Thousands annually rely on Expo Farm Expo to see a wide variety and selection of products and services that only a show of this size can offer. Booth space is now available by calling 580-256-4101. That's 580-256-4101. Don't miss out. Reserve your space today for the Tri-State's largest spring home and farm show and be part of Expo Farm Expo 2024. Coming to the Woodward County Fairgrounds Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's food, folks, and fun with K101.
Getting ready to start the second half of Boomer Fieldhouse as both teams have gotten out of the locker room. Took their time, almost kind of the full time, making some of those adjustments. Alva on top of the Boomers, 21-14 as we get set for the second half. Chris, looking at some of those adjustments for the second half, obviously you mentioned a second ago for the break, just making sure the pace of the passes, right, offensively, when you're set up in that zone. It's got to be quick. It's got to be on time, especially against this Alva team. But if not, they will pounce on it. They've showed some of that. Or some of the other things Boomers got to do to close this 7-point gap in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, the speed of the pass is important. However, we've got to be in a position ready to match that speed, you know. And we have a saying in soccer, you know, you got to absorb it like an egg, right? You don't want the egg to crack. So we want firm passes and soft touches. And so, you know, that's kind of the mentality that we have to play with, that sense of urgency. However, we've got to have the tender care to take care of it as it gets there. So, and so much similarities, man. So many similarities to this game.
Other just one uses the feet, the other uses the hands for the most part. I mean, you use hands in soccer. There's moments, but for the most part, got to make the magic happen with the feet. That's how it goes. I guess, you know, it's a little bit more flexible in that sense compared to basketball.
Yeah.
Maybe they should allow some kicks in basketball.
Yeah, well, and I mean, there's only one guy that can use his hands, and you know, I say that if the ball goes,
the throw-ins,
yeah, the throw-ins can use their hands, and you're right. So there's a little bit of leeway. However, there's so many stipulations to the throw-in. It's got to be 2 hands over the head, both feet planted
So
on the ground.
stringent.
So
as the Boomers retake the board, we'll see that same starting 5. Saw at the start of the game with Kaylee Mills, Riley Moore, Jocelyn Treese, Lily Luckett, and Lexi Mendel. Boomers have the possession to begin the half, working left to right in front of us. Alva will go right to left. As the inbounds goes to Jocelyn Treese, flips it over to Luckett on the right side, dips it into Kaylee Mills. Mills trying to drive, and they say jump ball as she was surrounded by 3 Ladybugs. Possession arrow gives it to Alva.
And that's a tendency that I've picked up on. You know, I would like us to actually find that player in the paint, have that half step, you know, full step drive to the basket, turn and maybe look for an outlet pass. And it doesn't have to be a 3-point shot. However, we're going to have wide open looks, wide open players that have had a lot of successful shots in the last couple games.
Absolutely. As Alva top the key, Heath, she'll take it off the drive. Her shot wayward as it's on the backboard, picked up by Mills. And the Boomers have the numbers the other way. Mills trying to drive one-on-one on Argo. She loses the handle. It's loose. Mills saves it out to Mendel in the left corner. Mendel picks it up, goes to Treese, top the key. Boomers sit the offense, trailing 21-14, 7-10 remaining third quarter. In to Mills on the baseline. Double team has it working back out. Mendel rolls around the top. A runner of a shot in the paint. It's off, but the rebound collected by Riley Moore, and she's fouled all the way up. Second effort. Riley Moore doesn't make the shot, but goes to the line for 2 free throws. And they pick up Kylie Adair, her third. And that's the team first of the quarter. Some more at the line. 2 points so far. First free throw splashes home. Kylie only immediately checks in for Kylie Adair and her 3 fouls. Keep a defender like that off the court as a positive for the Boomers. Second free throw on the way for Moore. It's strong off the back iron. Rebound picked up by Ohm. And Alva pushes the other way, working right to left in this half as Heath will sit the offense. She's picked up by Luckett in the backcourt. Now flips ahead to Gaddy on the right wing. Finds Argo top key. Argo trying to drive. Gets into the right block extended. They work it to Kellen, left baseline. Zips it into Gaddy. Gaddy found space in the paint, puts it up off the glass and in. Gaddy's with 10 points. First player in double figures tonight for either team. As Boomers trail 23-15, back the other way. Luckett high right wing. Now Alva going to more of his own look. Luckett picks up her dribble, needs help, finds Treese top of the key. Treese looks over to middle left side on the baseline to Mills. Mills looking to drive on Ohm. Her shot swatted, and they say a travel by Mills. And unfortunately for the Boomers, trying to challenge Hadley Ohm right now is not working out.
Yeah, well, and I mean, they're packing, Alva's packing that middle lane pretty good, you know, with my call out of we need to find somebody in there, right? Well, whenever they pack it that good, we've got to skip the line, and we've got to find somebody, you know, past that front, that defensive front. And it's really just an exposure thing. It doesn't mean you shoot that. It just means that you break what is so compact and what's built up. So just using that Would you call that basketball IQ? I have no idea. But, you know, it's about breaking the lines of the defense, and I think that that's something we've got to look at because they are doing a good job at the moment at packing the lane for us.
The other way, Lake Gaddy did draw a foul on the Boomers, drive to the paint, split the free throws, made the first, missed the second. Rebound picked up by the Boomers as they trail 24-15. Mendel's pass stolen away by Argo is intended for Treese. Argo down the right side, poked at by Treese. Treese able to stop the transition, knock it out of bounds, but Alva forces the turnover. They've got the possession, leading by 9, 5:58 remaining in the third quarter. Boomers trying to prevent the double-digit lead for Ladybugs. Inbounds beneath the right block on the baseline. Flips it in to Gaddy. Gaddy for the three on the right side. It's too strong. Rebound collected by Mendel. She'll feed it ahead to Treese. Treese works the left side of the court, gets to the wing, and then she's stolen away by Gaddy. Gaddy just caught up with her and took it. Alva gains the possession back. Leading by 9 still, 24-15. Heath across the timeline. Goes left side to Argo on the wing, picked up by Mendel. As Argo flips beside her to Kellen. They dump it into Ohm. Ohm triple team, trying to work through the paint. The Boomers all over as they knock it out of bounds as she was on her way up. So Woodward collapsing on Ohm. It does stay with Alva.
I think that's the appropriate response to that. You can't just go one-on-one with Ohm. Like, I mean, you're gonna have to do some trap defense.
As Ohm triggers the inbounds, the left block goes high to Kellen on the wing. They swing it to Heath right side. Picked up by Middle. Boomers sticking with the man-to-man at the W. Heath guarded tightly by Middle. Renz hands it off to Gaddy. Rolls around the top. They find Argo left side on the wing. Argo looking to pass. Flips behind her. Gaddy. Gaddy turns the corner. Attacks. Bounces down to Ohm on the block. Oh, double dribble. They didn't call it. Then they got the foul. Oh, looked like she double dribbled from our vantage point. They say she kind of pumped with it. The shot was no good, but she was fouled, and Hadley Ohm to the line for 2 free throws. Foul charge to Lexi Mendel, her first. On the free throw, first one, nothing but net. She's got 5 points off the bench. Alva pushes it to a 10-point advantage, 25-15. 5:08 remaining in the quarter. The second free throw for Ohm rims out. Rebound scooped up by the Boomers, and Jocelyn Treese. She flips ahead to Middle, left side. Middle in the corner to Luckett, and the pass over Luckett's head. It's too strong. Out of bounds, back to Alva. It's one of those unforced errors we didn't really see a lot of from the Boomers in the first half. Don't want to put them on the floor now, though. As Alva takes back, 10-point advantage, 25-15. Looking to add to it. On the right wing is Argo. Goes in the corner, Kellen. She sets up for the three. That's strong off the back iron. Rebound skied for by Mills. She's immediately double teamed, and they say a foul by Alva as Argo not happy with it. She will be tagged for the foul on the loose ball. And that's her first and second of the quarter for Alva. So good job by Mills to fight for the ball. As Luckett sends it into Treese with the walk and the jaw. Flips it ahead to Mendel, left side. Top to Gita Moore. Moore with some space at the free throw line. Hop steps into the lane. Her shot a bit strong off the back iron. Rebound picked up by Kellen as Alva will push back. Across the timeline is Kellen. Gives it to Gaddy beside her. High left wing to Heath. They work it to Kellen at the free throw line, trying to dump it home. Double team. Mills read it. She steals it away from the Boomers. Mills out of the double team. Gets it to Luckett as Luckett looking to slow down on the high right wing. Boomers trail by 10, 25-15. Looking for a basket in this quarter. As Treese finds Moore at the just below the free throw line. Her jumper short off the front iron. Rebound collected again by Alva. Just had some looks there in the last couple of minutes. Just haven't been able to convert. Gaddy for the Ladybugs. Tops the key at the Woodward W. Now turns, tries to attack. Free throw line, kicks out to Argo, right corner. Tees up the three. That's off the side of the rim. No good. And they say a push on the loose ball by Ohm. And Ohm with her second. Alva with the third of the quarter. They lead 25-15, 3:45 remaining in this frame. Once again, the Boomers trying to find something. As Treese with the slow dribble up the court. It's only been 5 combined points in the last 4 minutes. Alva has 4 up on the left wing. Middle rolls around the top, goes in the right corner to Luckett. Luckett on the baseline to Moore. Moore trying to send it cross court to Treese. It would have been open on the left corner. Got kicked out of bounds by Alva.
And that's a similar look to what I'm talking about. I mean, we went from the left to the right, I mean, just to help break up the compactness of that. And then, you know, we were able to find an open look. However, it just didn't make it through.
On the inbounds, Moore takes the top key, double team, kicks out right side to middle, back to Moore on the block. Moore drives into the paint, trying to go up on Ohm. Shot initially, block gets back, and then zips it out of bounds as she was looking for Luckett on the left wing.
Hey, we got to learn Luckett's only like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, no, Luckett, she's not the tallest. As Alva will take it back the other way. On the right wing is Heath. They work it left side in the corner. Argo, another 3 attempt. This one an air ball. That's 2 air balls from Argo tonight. Rarely seen that. Rebound scooped up by Treese. Treese pushes ahead 3-on-3 down to Luckett in the paint. Nice feed over the Mills left block, but the shot is just a bit short arm, and it's out of bounds. And they say possession keeps with the Boomers. But that's a tough look. Great move by Luckett to find Mills on the backside of the block.
That's kind of what I was going back to whenever we were playing Duncan. I really think Luckett might be one of our best distributors. Like whenever it's high pressure situations, very tight, last second decision making, Luckett has a knack for making the pass where it needs to go.
And the 3-pointer by Treese from the left wing, swatted by Adair. Alva the other way. Gaddy, she blows the layups. It blows the layup in transition off the glass. Rebound fought for, jump ball, possession arrow. Gives it back to the Boomers.
I apologize, Lily. You are 5'7", not 5'6".
I think it might. That's 5'7's a little, you know. But she uses the size well. You can't tell.
Right.
Can't tell. As across the timeline goes Treese. Left side to middle. Left elbow, Moore. She gets open for the shot, puts it up. It's too strong. Rebound underneath by Mills. Pogos it back up, and she's fouled on the way up. And the second effort by Kaylee Mills results in free throws for the Boomers. Again, trying to cut into this 10-point deficit with 2:30 remaining in the quarter. And in the last 4 minutes, only 2 points have been scored, and they were by Alva. First free throw from Mills. It's off the mark to the left. So it remains 25-15. Channing Ferguson comes in for Kylie Adair. Second free throw as Mills, couple dribbles, dips and shoots. That one crawls around and rolls in. So Mills splits the pair. She's got 3, and the Boomers cut it back to 9, 25-16. Morgan Heath with the walk of the dribble up the court. Gets across timeline, now pushes to the left wing, picked up by Mendel and Treese, dumps into the paint to Kellen. Kellen trying to work around the right side, and Moore and Mills just all over it. Oh, they say a foul on the floor. Moore thought she had a jump ball. Instead, they call her for the foul. It's number 3 on Moore, third of the quarter for the Boomers as well. As on the inbounds, top the key, goes to Ferguson for Alva. Picked up by Mendel, now she's picked up the dribble, needs help, finds Heath. Heath rolls around the top and backs it out. 2:07 left in the quarter. Alva with the 25-16 lead, passing to home, almost stolen away, but she flips over to Kellen, and they wave it off and say a travel from Kellen as she bumped over Kaylee Mills trying to drive on the right block. So the Boomers get the possession back. Again, trying to cut into the deficit, trailing 25-16. As it's Treese across the timeline to Moore, top the key. Moore finding some space, draws the double team, out to Mendel right side. She goes baseline, Mendel trying to go up on Ohm. Shot swatted, but Mendel gets back, turns around, pokes it off the glass. It just rolls out, rebound fought for, and scooped up by Gaddy for Alva. And Gaddy wants to slow it down as she gets to the timeline. Sees Mendel immediately at the Boomer W. Gaddy to the left wing with the dribble. Now gets a high screen from Ohm. Rolls around at free throw line jumper. That just pops out. Rebound fought for underneath. Tie up with Treese. Treese, though, gets possession. And then it's knocked out of bounds off of her control by Lake and Gaddy. Boomers do keep it, though, as they say Gaddy last to touch. And at 24 left, third quarter. We're down 25-16. Trying to find an answer. It's not been a high scoring affair. Middle left wing to Luckett. Luckett free throw line to Moore. Moore thinking about shooting, now drives past Ohm on the shot, rolls it off the glass, it just comes out off the front of the rim. Good look for Moore, couldn't get it down. Heath with the rebound, who's it off of? And they say off of the Boomers as they almost stripped away from Heath underneath on the rebound. 1:05 left in the third quarter, Boomers still trail 25-16. Alva with the possession. Heath with the dribble. Boomers just going half court pressure. No full court at this point. Mendel picks her up as soon as she gets over the timeline on the right wing. Goes top the key to Gaddy. Gaddy nearly double teamed. Treese trying to stick with her. Does. Flips back up to Heath. Getty resets to Kellen left side. In the paint to home. The pass wayward. No. Treese does take it away. Boomers with the steal. Treese, though, poke from behind and fouled. And that's number 5 on Alva in the quarter with just 40 seconds left. So Treese heads to the free throw line. And he fouled. Picked up by Gaddy, her second.
We need to convert on these. You know, if you're going to look at the replay of this game or the stat sheet, we could easily be in this.
Be
if
a little
not,
closer,
if not, you know, I know it's the shoulda, coulda, woulda, if, what, you know, all that stuff. But I mean, there's been a lot of opportunities that we've just sent to the wayside because we're just not converting on buckets that we typically have been.
And Treese does split the free throws, makes the first, misses the second, and Alva comes away with the rebound as Heath crossed the timeline. 30 seconds remain in the quarter. Alva on top 25-17. Heath hands off to Gaddy, who stands at the W with 25 seconds. Guarded now by Mendel as she'll force the count. Gaddy rolls over right side, flips back to Heath, top of the key. Alva looking to control for a final shot, it seems. As Gaddy takes a pass from Heath, top of the key, picked up by Treese. 10 seconds. Trying to drive, flips into home. Home turns around, puts up the baby hook. It's off the mark. Rebound collected by Moore. Moore with 5 seconds. Trying to get it ahead to Luckett. Luckett can't quite control it though. Oh, nice feed down the Mills. And at the buzzer, gets the shot. What a move from Lily Luckett to find Kaylee Mills the no-look assist. And that's how we end the third. Boomers cut to 6, heading to the final frame. We'll step aside. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
You control which statistic you become. We all know making changes can be hard, but even small changes can help prevent you from being one of the 3 in 5 Oklahomans who die from chronic diseases like heart disease and cancer. Start small by adding in daily exercise and balancing your diet. Avoid tobacco, and most importantly, visit your healthcare provider for regular checkups. You can help build a healthier, stronger Oklahoma. Talk to your healthcare provider, and for more tips, visit oklahoma.gov/health.
Tyler Riggs as we set for the fourth quarter at Boomer Fieldhouse between the Woodward Boomers, the Alva Ladybugs, and Alva begins with possession to start the final frame as Boomers came away with a buzzer beater layup from Kaylee Bills off a great play from a great save by Lily Luckett to get the lead cut to 6. Alva looking to push back top of the key with Heath as Kellen takes it left wing. Picked up by Mendel, has dribble, now uses it. She doesn't like the look. Mendel tight on her at the Woodward W. Over to Heath right side to Ferguson, tried to dump into Holm. The pass just over Holm's head. It's out of bounds, back to the Boomers. But Chris, back to that play right at the end of the third quarter. You've been talking about from Luckett's playmaking abilities. That was a no look. It looked like it was just going out of bounds, and she just flipped it back somehow and found Mills perfect. Goodness. As Luckett has on the high right wing.
It was, it's just that court awareness. I mean, she's scanning for open looks, open teammates, maybe even an opponent. She's scanning before the ball even gets to her, and so, you know, whether that's a trait that she learned in soccer or not, because Lily is a soccer player, I don't know, but it definitely goes hand in hand whenever they're playing basketball.
Boomers with the possession, and Channing Ferguson fouls Lexi Mendel on the left wing. Boomers on the inbounds, finds Riley Moore for the driving layup off the glass, rounds in. Riley Moore with 5 points. The Boomers have cut it to 4 to begin this fourth quarter, and Coach Jeremy Jones wants a full timeout to talk about it for the Ladybugs. We'll step aside with them. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92.
Climate change, vulnerable neighborhoods, threatened ecosystems. Our global challenges demand that we do better. And a tree can be an answer. Because a tree can be innovative. It can be unifying. It can be a home. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's plant millions of trees together. Donate now at arborday.org.
into this fourth quarter. Got the bucket from the end of the third quarter. Just found Riley Moore on a layup inside after a couple of stops. And Chris, don't look now, but the Boomers have clawed back into it.
Yeah, and that was to my statement earlier, like right as we went to the line for those free throws, we're putting ourselves in positions to be in this game. And I don't know to which side of the coin that is. Are we forcing Alva into bad turnovers, or are they playing, you know, poorly in their attack? However, we're in a position to be a part of this game, if not winning. It's just a matter of converting on the opportunities that we get ourselves into. As we've seen in the last couple quarters, it's just we're hitting the back of the rim, and it's just not falling for us. So if we can get those to fall, this is a different ball game, and it's a lot more intense in here.
On the inside, Alva's worked around the possession, found Argo on the right block, going for the shot. She was fouled all the way up, they say, and they tagged Kaylee Mills, who had rotated to try to stop Argo. Unfortunately, they say she got too much of the arm. Argo to the line for 2 free throws. Mills picks up her 3rd foul of the ball game. First of the quarter for the Boomers, as Argo's first free throw splashes home. That's her first point of the night. She's been kind of wayward in an unusual way. Usually a reliable 3-point shooter for Alva. She's had a couple air balls and has been quiet, but at the free throw line, she converts both. As Alva pushes it back to a 6-point lead, 27-21, 6:40 remaining in the ball game. Boomers high right wing, Luckett takes it, guarded tightly by Gaddy. Gaddy strips it away, steals it the other way. Trees trying to catch up with her. Gaddy shot off the glass high, ain't good. So Gaddy with 13 had the steal and the score. Alva quickly pushes it back to 8. The other way, Mendel, top key, finds Treese right side, trying to drive on Heath. Mendel gets good position, but it's too strong on the layup as it rolls off the front of the rim. Rebound collected by Adair. Alva will push ahead with Gaddy. Gaddy to the free throw line, out to Kellen, right corner for 3. That's well short, off the iron. Rebound scooped up by Treese, and then she's fouled on the loose ball. Alva not happy with it. And they do get Morgan Heath. That is, for her, foul number 2. Second of the quarter for the Ladybugs. So Boomers trying to find an answer after Lake and Gaddy. Carlaro came up with some quick buckets. Trouble 8, 29-21 on the right wing. Moore takes it from Treese. Moore looking, has a dribble to work with, gets to the paint, sends it out to Luckett left side. Top key to Mendel. Mendel guarded tightly by Adair. Driving, kicking out to Treese, right corner for 3, and rhythm it splashes home. Treese nails it. She's got 9. The Boomers cut it back to 5, 29-24. 5:35 remain in the ball game. Heath across the timeline for the Ladybugs, working right to left. Hands off to Gaddy. They send it free throw line to Argo. Argo dumps it down to Kellen. Kellen gets freed up for the layup and banks it home. 6 points for Kellen. Back to a 7-point game, 31-24. Treese across the timeline for the Boomers at the W. Gets a high screen for Moore. Trying to send it down the middle for the layup. It's short under the rim. Rebound scooped up by Alva as Adair pushes ahead. Now they slow it up as she hands it off to Heath. Heath across the timeline, goes out to Gaddy left side. Gaddy with some space, sits up for the 3, takes it. That rattles out. Rebound fought for Kellen, somehow tips to Adair. Adair for the shot, blocked by Mills. Scooped up by Treese. It's a 3-on-2 the other way for the Boomers to Mendel. Down the right side, steps around Argo, but can't get the layup to fall. Treese with the second chance. It's off the front of the rim as she powered over Heath, and Kellen does come up with the board for Alva. Kellen splits the double team, pushes ahead to Adair. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Argo working on Moore on the baseline, and Moore just pokes it away. Good transition defense. And again, the Boomers, Chris, you're talking about. Just the looks are there. You're finding the spots. They just can't quite get in the fall tonight.
Yeah, and that's picture perfect. That's a couple opportunities just back to back that it's just not falling for us at the moment.
Off the inbounds, they lose Gaddy. She takes the left wing 3. It's well strong. Off the iron, rebound, fall forward. It's loose. Heath on the floor. Luckett tying her up, and they say timeout granted to Coach Jones. Motor crowd not happy with it, as Heath was getting a little beat up on the floor. So Coach Jeremy Jones gets the 30-second timeout. 4:29 remaining in the ball game. We'll keep it here as the Boomers trail 31-24 to Alva. Let's take a look at the men's college basketball scoreboard real quick. We didn't quite get to it at the half. Houston, number 5 Houston, all over Oklahoma State right now. 59-34 with 12:57 remaining in the ball game. Iowa State's on the road in Austin against Texas. Iowa State up 24-13. 6 minutes left in the first half. Oklahoma taking on BYU and Norman. 21st ranked BYU up 21-18 over the Sooners, 7-17 left in the first half. OU did honor, had a tribute for Toby Keith kind of pregame tonight. Obviously, Keith passed away late last night into this morning, so a lot of tributes kind of pouring in for Toby, both from the Sooner side. He's a well-known OU fan, but did a lot for OSU as well. I mean, shoot, they played, should have been a Cowboy after each Oklahoma State game, so he was embraced well in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and one thing that you look at is how many fan photos he's a part of, and I think he really got involved with the community just about everywhere.
Well, a lot of sentiment from a lot of people saying basically, hey, if you're talking about a humble person that never kind of let the start get to him, Toby Keith was that guy. Off the inbounds for Alva, they found a foul as driving. Picked up Riley Moore. Did get the foul, her 4th of the ball game, 2nd of the quarter for the Boomers.
I was probably about 12 or 13, and I got home from school, and my mom asked what I did today, and I said, well, I just went to school, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, what did you do? And she goes, I actually went golfing with Toby Keith. I was like, oh, okay.
Name foul.
Yeah, you win.
Still for Alva by the Boomers as Gaddy races ahead, gets in the paint, draws another foul, and they would go back to the line. Morgan Heath sank the last 2 free throws to make it 33-24. She's got 5, and the foul charged Kaylee Mills, her 4th for the Boomers. As Gaddy at the line trying to extend the Alva lead back to 10, and does. She's with 14 points of the Alva 34, had 21 in the first meeting against the Boomers, and again has powered Alva tonight. 2nd free throw on the way, that one splashes as well. So 15 points for Gaddy. The Boomers all of a sudden trailed by 11. They cut it to 4, but since that point, Alva has gone on a 10-3 run. As on the right side, middle, guarded tightly by Heath on the wing. Middle trying to drive on her, spins, looking for the high screen from Luckett. Can't get it, but Luckett will take the pass into the right block and angles it back out, resetting. Trying to look for Moore. Moore wasn't looking for it herself, and it's a turnover as Kellen steps up and takes it. Moore had synced behind Kellen, but wasn't looking in the direction of Luckett. Alva the other way in the left corner. Kellen zips it inside to Gaddy, loses it momentarily. Gaddy collects back, throws it off the glass, and rattles in. Been that kind of night for Lake and Gaddy. She's got 17 of the Alva 37, and now Coach Moore wants a full timeout. With 3:34 left in the ball game, the Boomers find themselves down 37-24. We'll step aside with them. You're listening to Boomer Basketball, Z92 and Boomer TV.
The Age of Reason took place over 200 years ago. Truth, reason, and tolerance thrived and even shaped the U.S. Constitution. Now those building blocks of democracy are under attack. Big tech social media billionaires allow disinformation and hate to hurt our children, polarize us, and cause violence and terror in our communities. Online lies and hate affect everything, everyone, everywhere. Be a part of the change. Help defend our democracy. Go to counterhate.com to learn more.
Back at Boomer Fieldhouse, the Boomers have found themselves down 37-24 with just over 3.5 minutes left in the ball game. Alva has cracked open a 6-0 run in the last minute and a half to push us to a 13-point advantage. And it's tough right now, Chris. I mean, that's what Alva does. That's why they're 17-3. Even through these tough games, they may not have their best night. They just find a way to make some of these plays.
They do, and I mean, on the Woodward side, well, one, I can say that Gaddy is definitely, in terms of price of admission, right? I mean, she's got 17 right now. She's been a playmaker. You look across the board, she's 10 points ahead of the rest of her team, and we have yet to have a double-digit playmaker on our side for the night. And that's just not, I would say that that's not typical. You know, like we're just not able to find the net tonight. You know, there's still 3 minutes left to go, and there's a quick 10-0 run by Alva. We're not out of this yet. Just got to start converting.
And out of the timeout, the Boomers had a chance at the basket with Kaylee Mills. Couldn't get the shot, but did get fouled by Carly Argo in her second, third of the quarter. First free throw from Mills at the line off. Second one, though, rattles in. She's got 6. And to your point, Chris, about the scoring, Treese closest for the Boomers in double digits with 9. So we got her with 9, a few with 5 and 6. As Gaddy high left wing for Alva. Back the other way, they work to Argo. Now Alva maybe looking to drain a little clock as they play the high corners. Argo on the right side, picked up by Middle. Just trying to force the count. Gaddy takes the left side, dips in the left corner, and Kellen steps up for the 3 and nails it straight through the net. As Kellen's got 9, and that pushes to a 15-point advantage for Alva with 2:50 remaining, 40-25. High left wing Treese picked up by Gaddy. Goes up top to Middle. Middle looking to pass, does have a dribble, instead goes baseline to Barra, but it's over Amara's head and out of bounds. Kind of the right idea. Amara would have been open on the baseline, just could not get it to him. As Alva takes it right back. Heath with the slow dribble up the court. Goes high left wing to Gaddy. Ladybugs may try to drain some more of this 2:30 remaining. Gaddy guarded tightly by Middle. Middle doing a good job on her. Forces the pass to Adair. Adair finds Kellen. She'll turn and drive through. Boomer double team and gets it off the glass. It rattles in. Kellen with 11. Alva's pushed it to 42-25. 2:10 remain in the ball game. Right corner. Treese goes on the baseline to Ibarra. Tries to go cross court left corner to Moore, who would have been open. Instead, it gets batted out of bounds by Argo. Woodward keeps the possession, but need a lot of points in a hurry with 2 minutes left. Below the left block, Treese triggers, tries to go up top to Mills, and that's just stolen away by Heath, who read the pass. Heath will look to slow it up, feeds ahead across timeline to Adair. Adair trying to get to Kellen. Moore with the read of a steal as she stepped in front of the pass. Moore pushes ahead for the Boomers, don't quite have the numbers, but she's looking to attack at the free throw line. Gets the lane wide open and just puts it off the glass. So Alva backed off of her. 42-27. Just cut it back to 15, but Alva across the timeline again with Gaddy on the right side. She's looking to drive baseline on Mendel. Gets across the double team and it just rolls out. Rebound fought for underneath, and a jump ball forced possession arrow to the Boomers. Lexi Mendel with good defense to stick with Gaddy on the drive.
Lexi looks to be kind of starting to build up some cramps. I mean, been on the court the whole night.
Well, that's the thing. We talked about the depth at the beginning of the broadcast. You do, for the Boomers, that's kind of a new challenge, right, within the last week, so you got to adapt to that. On the left wing, Riley Moore finds herself open for a 3. She drains it. So first Boomer in double figures, Riley Moore. They've cut it to 12, but just a minute 20 left on the ball game. Alva on top, 42-30. As Gaddy with the possession across the timeline for the Ladybugs. High right wing to Adair. Picked up by Mills. Adair picks up her dribble. She's double teamed, has to find somebody. Gets it to Gaddy. Gaddy angles in and then backs it out. Alva might try to play catch here in the last minute. And Adair fouled by Jocelyn Treese as she was playing catch with Gaddy. Treese picks up her second, 4th for the Boomers. They do have to give one more before free throws happen. As it looks like Boomers, I think, taking a timeout. They do, as Riley Moore was signaling for it. Coach Moore was trying to get it, so minute 3 left. We will keep it here. Alva on top, 42-30 over the Boomers. And Chris, regardless of the result tonight, I think if you're Woodward, there's a lot of good things you can take away from this game, knowing that this is a top 5 team in 3A against Alva, one that has really straight up shredded a lot of teams. You were there, you were close, but I think, as you mentioned a minute ago, saw some wear down at the end of this game by the Boomers just simply because these girls have to play, the full game pretty much.
They are, and yes, you have players that are on the bench, but it's just like you can't put that out there. As a coach, we want kids to have an opportunity to succeed, and we have to read the situation for scaffolding purposes. You don't want to put a player out in a position that they're not prepared or ready for. Go back to last night and the situation against Clinton. They have to, because that's the numbers that they have. They only got 5. They only brought 5 anyways.
Yeah.
So all those girls had to play. However, when you look at preparation for a varsity level, there was players last night that were not ready for a varsity match, and we're at that moment right now where we are limited to who's ready for moments like that.
As Alva, out of the timeout for the Boomers, does have possession as it's Heath on the high right wing, high right wing. She's fouled. Again, tight defense from Jocelyn Treese. Picks up her 3rd, and that's number 5 for Woodward. So to the line goes Heath. 55 seconds from the ball game. Boomers just trying to hope for a couple of misses by Heath. Alva, though, has been pretty good at the line tonight. Generally, they are. As Heath has 5 points. A couple of those from the line. First free throw nothing but net. 43-30, Alva on top. As Alva has pushed everybody out to get back for defense. Second free throw on the way for Heath. Nothing but net again. She's got 7. It's 14-point advantage. As Trias looking to push for the Boomers, goes high right wing for Moore. Moore rolls around the top, kicks it left side to Mendel. Mendel, the long 2 from the left baseline. It's off the mark, short. Rebound fought for between teammates of Alva, and a quick foul by the Boomers underneath on the loose ball as J.C. Kellen collected the rebound. Foul charged Lexi Mendel, her second of the ballgame. 42 seconds left. Alva pretty much, I mean, at this point, unless something crazy happens, they will advance to 18-3 overall. The Boomers slip to 9-12 as you see some of those girls up off the bench for the Boomers. I think Coach Morris kind of waved the proverbial flag for tonight. As we'll see a wholesale change, Bailey Nelson into the ball game, as well as Peyton Sunderland. And do have, got 44, which I do have, as Caitlin Culp, freshman for the Boomers. And Alexis Barr, the senior. The only other Boomer still out there is Michelle Barr, who just came into the game not too long ago. Second free throw for Kellen. Splashes in. She's got 13, and Alva goes with the wholesale changes as well, as Alva has the lead 46-30 with 45 seconds remaining. Off the inbound, Sunderland gets it to Nelson for the Boomers, working left to right. Nelson on the right wing, goes over to Sunderland. On the baseline to Culp, tries to kick back out to Nelson on the left wing, gets it there. Nelson driving in the paint, she goes up for the shot, knocked down all the way up. And Bailey Nelson to the line for 2 free throws. And they pick up on the foul. That will be for the Ladybugs, Maya Williams, her first. And the free throw for Nelson, off the mark. So it remains 46-30 as Alva's 4th foul of the quarter. Second free throw on the way for Nelson, and that splashes home. She's on the board with the point. Makes it 46-31, Alva the other way with just 25 seconds. See how they approach the possession. The left wing, down the left corner. Top key with 18 seconds, goes to Williams as they swing it back around. 14, Alva just looking to drive and kick, if you will, keep it on the perimeter. 9 seconds. Again, trying to drain that possession. As a drive, kick out of the right wing for the long 2, and that splashes home for Cambry Rhodes, and that's how we end the ball game. Alva takes it 48-31 tonight over the Boomers, and we will step aside for break, come back, give you the post game, get you set for the boys. We're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
When you want the best pricing and no gimmicks on office supplies, furniture, electronics, and gifts, do yourself a favor. Stop by Divine Stationery and Radio Shack in Woodward at 2121 Oklahoma Avenue or call 580-256-7040. Serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1939.
R5 in Woodward offers you the very best in custom embroidery, screen printing, and heat pressing. R5 can personalize anything from hats to hoodies, shirts to jackets, and much more, including all your Boomer gear. Visit the store at 817 Main Street in Woodward or call at 580-256-3579 to place your order today.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Delzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in that disabled spot for a second, but please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
Back at Boomer Fieldhouse, Chris Godwin, Tyler Riggs with you as unfortunately the Woodward girls fall tonight 48-31 to the Alva Ladybugs. Let's look at the post-game stats for Alva. Leading the way, talked about her in pregame, and she was forced tonight. It was Lake Gaddy with 17 points. J.C. Kellen had 13 runs. They combined for 30 of the 48. 7 for Morgan Heath, 5 for Hadley Ohm. We got a couple apiece for Carla Argo, Chaney Ferguson, Cambry Rhodes For Alva on the Boomers side, one score in double figures. It was Riley Moore tonight with 10 points, 9 for Jocelyn Treese, got 6 from Kaylee Mills, 5 from Lexi Manil, and 1 from Bailey Nelson at the end of the ball game. Quarter scoring, Alva took first quarter 14-6, second quarter 9-8 over the Boomers, and then in the second half, Boomers actually won the third quarter 5-4, but Alva closed it strong in the fourth, 21-12, to take the 48-31 advantage. Alva now 18-3 on the season. Boomers 9-12. And Chris is just, I mean, simply running out of gas. You know, you talk about Boomers hung in there, did what they could, but it just seemed like that fourth quarter, Alva's depth kind of shone through and Woodward just couldn't quite put it together.
Yeah, had we made some of those opportunities count, like there was just so many that we would have a shot and it just would not fall, and so it kind of got in.
Looks at that.
And that's what, yeah, and that's the thing is like these are opportunities that we typically can see that we convert on. It just kind of it hurts the confidence level. It kind of hurts the drive, the mission, all that stuff that goes into it. When you're not having that success, you're not seeing the points growing. To only have one player in double digits after a full game it's tough to see. You know, it's just a tough performance at the net. I would say that it was a good match. We found ways to be a part of this game. We found ways to make Alva frustrated. We found ways, even with our limited depth. We just weren't able to find the points, you know. Yes. And so that's my key takeaway. I think that we found ways to be a part of this game. It just, we didn't score the baskets that we needed to, and to make it close and keep the energy alive for us to have that final stretch.
And I think for Coach Moore, you know, considering where you were at Friday night against Duncan, a similar, very tough opponent, to now, that is a good improvement. Now you just got to find a way to keep that energy heading into Duncan again Friday night here at Boomer Fieldhouse, and just find a way to find that last gasp, if you will. That's going to be the toughest challenge. Seems like the rest of the season for the Boomers, knowing, okay, you got some girls that are going to play big minutes. How can you pace yourself to make sure you got something in the tank to try to close the game against some of these good opponents? Because you got Duncan coming back on Friday night, you get Kingfisher next Tuesday, and then you go into districts against Weatherford. All three of those teams definitely top tier. With that said, let's step aside for break and get you set for the boys on the other side as Woodward hosts the Alva Gold Bugs. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play. That my worth isn't determined by my performance. That even on my worst day, I am worthy. That you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the OSSAA and the Oklahoma Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And welcome back to Z92 Boomer TV. With you as we prepare for the Woodward boys to take on the Alva Gold Bugs. And talked about it kind of the top of the broadcast with the girls, but Alva has really found their rhythm on the boys' side coming into this contest, as they sit at 14-6 on the season. Had slipped out of the rankings in 3A, but quietly kind of went back into them. did get that number 20 spot in the last rankings before the playoffs, essentially. And they have won 8 of their last 9 contests that started with a 60-53 win against Woodward in the Week Capital tournament. Since then, their only loss came to Morrison in the Pawhuska tournament, a 58-57 loss. Coming into tonight's contest, they beat 3 straight ranked opponents in Cashin, Tonkawa, and Frontier, who ranked across 2A and Class B. Frontier actually top 5 team in Class B, won a tight one against them Friday night. The season history so far, it has been Alva as they defeated Woodward 76-54 on January 23rd, and then I mentioned that Week Capital victory 60-53. Cash Shipley has been the guy to watch all season long. Has kind of been the most consistent player for the Gold Bugs, and against Woodward has posted 45 total points in 2 games. Had 18-point performance in the last meeting, 27 points in the Week Capital contest. And Chris, you mix Shipley playing pretty well against a team that he knows pretty well, former teammates with these guys. And then Aiden Kimberlin, Coach J.B. Kimberlin's senior son, who, boy, talked about bringing the height, standing at 6'6". He was a little banged up earlier in the season, and now that he's healthy, he's been a lot more involved in this offense. Those 2 guys have caused havoc on the glass for a lot of teams, including the Boomers. How do you try to deal with a threat like that? We know what Cash Shipley brings, and Kimberlin, maybe not quite as an inside-out game as Shipley will bring, but inside, he's definitely going to be a presence.
Yeah, you know, body for body, I don't know if you would consider doing man. I don't know that that's the call. For me, it's kind of one of those situations that I would spy, I guess. You know what I would say? Like I'd be probably more in a zone, but I would have a spy, just kind of making sure of his presence and where he's going to be. And you know, the moment that he tries to get comfortable and make those runs in the lane, I'm going to have the trap set, ready to go, hopefully trying to pick up those contact fouls and maybe get him a little frustrated.
Well, that's something that we'll have to see, because kind of the word around Kimberlin is that he can be frustrated in terms of that if you get very physical with him. And we'll see if that's the approach they take. Woodward last night, in case you did miss it, did pull away from Clinton 75-35. Ethan Hill with a big 30-point game. Gage Hutchins, all effort off the bench with his 17. Boomers will need that coming into tonight's contest as they look to grab that first one against Alva on the season. It's been a couple seasons since the boys have been able to take one against the Gold Bugs. Been routinely near the top of 3A, whether that's been in the top 10, top 5 this year. It's crazy to say this is the worst team they've had record-wise in a minute, but it is. Let's go ahead and turn over to Troy Harlan for the starting lineups.
And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Alva Gold Bugs. We're number 1, Aiden Kimberlin. We're number 5, Kellen Pico. We're number 11, Trace Hamilton. We're number 21, Cash Shipley. And we're number 24, Aiden Reese. The Gold Bugs are coached by head coach J.B. Kimberlin. And now, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Woodward Boomers! Player number 1, Ethan Lee! Player number 2, Carter Reed! Player number 3, Connor Price! Player number 22, Ben C! And player number 25, Connor Sunderland! And your Boomers are coached by head coach Taylor Haynes.
And there's your starting lines for both squads for Alva. Cash Shipley, Aiden Kimberlin, Aiden Rees, Keelan Pinko, and Trace Hamilton, the 5 tonight. No Dalen Malone in the starting lineup as he's been out sick last week. For the Boomers, Ben Cheek, Carter Reed, Connor Price, Ethan Neal, and Connor Sutherland, the same starting 5 we've seen through months this season. Boomers in the home whites, Alva in the road black uniforms. It's 1 versus 1 for the tip-off, Neal and Kimberlin. Boomers working right to left in the first half. Alva working left to right as the tip is won and controlled by the Boomers. Connor Price begins the offense top of the key, rolls over right wing to Carter Reed. Feeds to Neal in the corner to Price near the baseline, trying to drive inside to Reed, or excuse me, Neal for the floater, and the Boomers get on the board first. Ethan Neal continuing his role from last night. 2-0, Boomers on top. 30 seconds into the first half as almost a steal by Ben Cheapy does steal it away. It was intended for Pinko, goes over to Neal. Neal's oop just a bit strong as a kind of an awkward shot for him. Rebound collected by Alva. Remains 2-0 after the Boomer steal. As Shipley takes the top of the key for the Gold Bugs, sees the double team. As Kimberlin drives, finds Shipley in the paint. He gets open, he blows the layup though. Neal was there to challenge momentarily. Shipley does save it, gets out to Pinko left wing. Pinko drives, kicks it cross court right side. Kimberlin tees up the 3 open. That's off the back iron. Rebound collected by Hamilton underneath over Sunderland. He'll kick out to Pinko left corner for 3. Pinko, that's an air ball. Rebound collected by Price, and he's pushed out almost. Saves it to Reed somehow, and the Boomers get the possession back. 6:40 left in the first quarter. It's 2-0. Boomers on top of the Price, or top of the key. Price with possession. Guarded by Shipley. They go left side to Neal. Up to Cheat. Swings over to Sunderland on the right side. He'll tee up the 3. Connor Sunderland, the big man, nails it. Oh my. He's got the first 3 for the Boomers, and they lead 5-0, 6:20 in the first quarter.
The thing that I like so much about that possession is it was calm and controlled. Like, there was not overthinking anything. It was just control the basketball and move
Shipley
it around.
looking for the answer on the other side, bricks it off the glass. Boomers with the board. Price kicks out Cheap, left corner for 3. That rims out. Sunderland underneath, second chance. It's too strong off the rim. Rebound. Pinko eventually collects for Alva. Price trying to race and grab it.
It's definitely an effort play.
As he went into the Alva bench, and then Price comes up with the steal on the other end. Kimberlin's pass ripped away. Ahead to Reed, one-on-one with Shipley. Reed trying to go up on him. Oh, Reed traveled as he got into the left block. And Dalen Malone quickly up off the bench will take out Keelan Pinko. Malone, the senior guard. Tab is kind of the leader of the offense. Not necessarily in scoring, but just getting the floor set, if you will. But we heard was kind of dealing with some sickness over the last week, so we'll see how much he does play tonight. On the high right wing, Kimberlin drives, flips it to Reed, and the paint shot blocked by Neal. Picked up by Cheap. He'll throw it ahead to Reed, pass too strong. Reed saves it, but goes right to Malone. Boomers missed a chance there. Still, they lead 5-0 in the first quarter. And Malone, almost stolen away by Reed, gets it back, loses the handle, and he's fouled on the drive to the free throw line. Playing with aggression early, Chris, but it's a little chippy, I think, back and forth out there in the court. See how this develops. As Malone triggers beneath the left block, finds a long jumper for Ruiz on the baseline, and he nails it. So Aiden Ruiz with the first bucket for Alva. Lead 5-2 the other way. Cheap sends it to Neal on the right baseline. He's double teamed. Gets back out to Cheap. Zips inside the Sunderland one-on-one with Ruiz. Powers it up. Excuse me, Hamilton powers it up. Shots off the mark, but fouled is caught for Sunderland. Hamilton his first. Second of the quarter for Alva. As Sunderland hits the line, Ari with a 3-pointer. Drained one from the right wing. Played very well last night and really Friday night against Duncan. Some of that aggression. Couple dribbles at the line. Dips and shoots the first free throw. That runs out from the right to the left side. Sunderland looking for the second free throw. Trying to put the Boomers up 6-2. A dribble. Dips and shoots. That one rattles in. So Sunderland splits the pair. He's got 4. Moves to lead 6-2. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Malone takes the bounce pass for Allen. Picked up by Cheap in the backcourt. Floats it ahead to Hamilton. And there to pick it up with Sunderland. Picks off the pass. They work the Price. Left corner. Takes the 3. Nothing but net. And the Boomers are running early. Got a 9-2 advantage and a quick timeout taken by Coach J.P. Kimberlin.
No, I think it was just a net.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, fixing the net. I apologize. Coach Gaines thought it was the timeout, was trying to get the guys hold up. She was quick on it, but it was just a net issue. As Price's shot was so good, it flipped that net over. That's when you know you've hit it sweet, when you're able to flip the net over. As Alva facing the press for the Boomers, they trail 9-2. Hamilton, Kimberlin up to Ruiz on the near side. They flipped over to Kimberlin across the timeline, left wing. Tries to float up to Hamilton, and that's just, excuse me, Shipley, that's way off. Picked up by Reed, races ahead for the layup down the left side, gets it in. And the Boomers lead 11-2, and there's the timeout by Coach Kimberlin. 4:32 left in the first quarter. We'll step aside with them. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 KMZ FM Woodward.
Need to pay the babysitter, but don't have enough cash? Use Zelle, located in the Bank 7 Mobility app, to send money from your account to someone else's within minutes. With an email address or phone number, you can directly pay anyone you trust. Zelle is fast, safe, and free. Visit bank7.com for more details. Data rates and transfer limits may apply. Member FDIC.
Basketball Z92 Boomer TV. Scott Tyler Riggs with you as Woodward starting this one strong, up 11-2 over the Gold Bugs. Take advantage of the home court atmosphere. Now the timeout by Coach Kimberlin. Alva with the possession. Malone jogs up the court, feeds to Aiden Kimberlin, right wing. The swing it to Shipley, left wing. Checked by Neal. Shipley trying to drive, poked that, stolen away. Price had poked it, picked it up, but then couldn't handle it. It's out of bounds. Sticks with Alva. Almost another turnover forced by the Boomers. As Shipley triggers beneath the left block on the baseline. All the Woodward crowd giving him a serenade, if you will. Shipley inbounds to Kimberlin. Top the key to Malone. Trying to find Kimberlin on the baseline. Double team, has to throw it away. Picked off by Sunderland. Sunderland pushes ahead. It's a 3-on-2. The big man with the behind back dribble to the block for the layup. He got it. Oh my goodness. Connor Sunderland in his bag early. He's got 6. The Boomers lead 13-2. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Malone across the timeline for the Gold Bugs. Top the key, checked by Price. Still with the dribble, looking to attack on the right side. Gets the block, the shot off, but they say he's fouled on the way up. And Dalen Malone heads to the free throw line.
He's one guy that I would not want to have any comfort in this game. I mean, if I remember right, going back to Alva, he was kind of the guy that set everything. Yeah. So whenever they needed a play drawn up, give it to him, and let's see what develops.
First free throw for Malone, splashes home. As Lance Mathers steps in for Trace Hamilton Alva. Mathers, their star football player at the linebacker spot. Kind of plays bully ball. Second free throw on the way from Malone. That rounds around and rolls in. He makes both. 13-4, Boomers on top. 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. Reed, left side, flips to the middle of the corner. Finds Price beside him. Let's go up to Sunderland, top the key. Checked by Mathers. He'll go behind him to deal. They work it to Reed. Reed turns, drives to the paint, finds Sunderland, and an offensive foul. Is stepping to take the charge was Mathers. Let Reed run over. So the first foul charge to Carter Reed. 2 in the quarter for the Boomers. And Alva's come up with the stop. 3:35 left in the first quarter. Malone again with the dribble up the court. For the Gold Bugs, goes top key to Reese. Back to Malone, zips it on the baseline to Mathers. Left side, Mathers looking to operate, dumps it down to Reese. He's in traffic, ball poked at, it's loose, he's on his knees. Does get out to Malone, he'll take the straightaway 3. It's too strong off the back iron. Rebound collected by Neal. Ahead to Price. Price looking for Reed in the baseline. He has to angle it back out on the right side. He hands off to Price in the corner. Price driving baseline. Zipped it to Neal. Left wing for 3. That's strong. Rebound collected by Ruiz. Alva slows up the pace a bit. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. They trail 13-4. Boomers have given them a big jab early. As Kimberlin looking to drive in the paint. Loses the handle. Stolen away by Reed. Reed looking on Malone, one-on-one down the left side, off the glass, rolls in. Reed with 4 points. The Boomers making an 11-point ball game, 15-4. 2:35 first quarter. Gold Bugs with possession. Malone top of the key. Finds Ruiz, left side to Shipley on the wing. Up to Kimberlin, a long straightaway 3 that's off the front iron short. Rebound fought for. It gets tipped right to Shipley as he zooms in for the layup. Cash Shipley on the board with 2 points. Makes it a 9-point game, 15-6. They leave Carter Reed open for the left wing 3. It's offline to the right. Rebound collected by Ruiz underneath, and now foul on the loose ball by the Boomers. I think they got Ethan Neal.
I know that I'm wrong in this, but nobody wants that much time.
Right, no, you're right. I mean, it gets in the shooter's head. You almost kind of want a little pressure on you, right? As Neal steps out, Gage Hutchins comes in for his first minutes. as that was Neal's second foul, so kind of a disadvantage for the Boomers. They'll work the three-quarters press as Ruiz gets up to Kimberlin. He'll go across the timeline, now attacks the paint on Sunderland. Sunderland trying to take the charge. No, they say a block, and Kimberlin made the shot. It's an and one for Aiden Kimberlin. Unfortunate for the Boomers. That foul charge to Sunderland, his first and fourth of the quarter with 2 minutes remaining. Kimberlin to the line for the N1 free throw. He's got 2 points. That was his first basket. Trying to hit it. Second one on the way, or the free throw on the way. It's too strong, but the rebound leaks out of Connor Sunderland's hands. They get to Kimberlin for the straightaway 3. That clanks off the back iron. Scooped up by Gage Hutchins. Sends ahead to Cheap, but his pass batted, stolen away, eventually picked up by Shipley. As he feeds back to Malone, Malone slows up the possession, top the key. Finds Ruiz over to Shipley, left wing. We'll see Carter Reed up to Kimberlin. Thought about the straightaway 3. Instead, goes to Ruiz on the right wing. He pops for the 3, and it splashes. And Alva has found the run back. They've cut it to 4, 15-11. Minute 35 of the first quarter. On the right wing for the Boomers is Reed. Gets a high screen from Sutherland. Gets at the paint, has to kick it out to Cheap. Cheap left corner, takes the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Rebound poked down to Price. Price trying to find Cheap on the baseline. Can't handle the pass. And it's back to the Gold Bugs. Now the Boomers got to refocus, Chris. They had a great opening couple minutes, but Alva's clawed their way in.
Yeah, so, I mean, we were definitely off to a hot start. I mean, there's a lot of energy here. I expect us to stay with that high energy. We just got to keep being able to convert, stay within our bag. Don't do things that are out of our element.
Malone finds Mathers in the paint, down to Shipley for layup backside. Boomers couldn't catch up with him. Shipley with 4, and they've cut it to 2, 15-13. Minute left in the first quarter. Alva on a 11-2 run the last 3 minutes. On the right wing, Cheap with it for the Boomers. Finds a cutting Reed on the right block, trying to dump it down. They say a charge on Carter Reed as Kimberlin stepped up to take it. Reed a little beside himself. That's his second. That's 5th of the quarter for the Boomers, so in the last minute, can't commit a defensive foul or else it's free throws for the Gold Bugs. Inbounds, goes to Kimberlin for Alva, finds Shipley near the timeline. Shipley not quite across yet, does pick up the dribble. Gets to Kimberlin, the high right wing. Picked up by Reed. Kimberlin with the dribble, zips it into Ruiz on the block. Ruiz working on Cheap, and he traveled. No, they say stepped on the baseline, so he's out of bounds. Turnover by the Boomers. Cheap stayed with him. And for what it's worth, the Boomer pep section, the student section, has printouts of Cash Shipley's face, I believe, on paper down there. They're holding it up on free throws. So a little mental game being played by the pep club. Across the timeline is Price for the Boomers. 28 seconds in the first quarter. Runs over the right side. Now goes to the baseline. Draws the double team. Finds a cutting Sunderland and draws the foul all the way up. Nice drive by Price. Frees up free throws for Connor Sunderland. They get Aiden Kimberlin for his first foul. 3rd of the quarter for the Gold Bugs. Sunderland at the line with 6 points. Has hit a 3. Had a crazy behind the back dribble. That resulted in the bucket. First free throw, though, is strong off the back iron. So it remains 15-13. Boomers on top. 22 seconds in the first quarter remaining. Second free throw from Sunderland. High off the iron, off the nearly top of the backboard, and it falls in for the layup. Or for the free throw, goodness. As Carter Reed has to check out with his 2 fouls, Aaron Laredo steps in. As Alva takes possession back, trailing 16-13 to the Boomers. It's Kimberlin with the slow dribble up to the timeline. 15 seconds, finally gets across it. Hands off to Malone with 13 seconds, top the key. Malone looks for somebody, goes to Kimberlin. 9 seconds, high left wing. Checked by Laredo. 6 seconds, Kimberlin now angles in. Kicks out to Shipley, right corner. Setting up for the 3, can't take it. Has the heave near the buzzer. That's way off the mark. And that's how we end the first quarter. Woodward holds the 3-point advantage, 16-13, after a fiery first frame. We'll step aside for the break. You're listening to Boomer Basketball, Boomer TV, and Z92.
Tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward. Attention Expo Farm Expo exhibitors. Booth space is now available. It's the K101 Z92 Home and Agribusiness Trade Show, and it's coming to the Woodward County Event Center and Fairgrounds April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now in our 40th year, this show features 2 exhibitor buildings plus outdoor exhibitor space and will host an extensive variety of agriculture and farm equipment. Also, home improvement ideas, clothing, communication, and entertainment products, ATVs, lawn and garden, new and used automobiles, plus arts and crafts and great food vendors. Thousands annually rely on Expo Farm Expo to see a wide variety and selection of products and services that only a show of this size can offer. Booth space is now available by calling 580-256-4101. That's 580-256-4101. Don't miss out. Reserve your space today for the Tri-State's largest spring home and farm show and be part of Expo Farm Expo 2024. Coming to the Woodward County Fairgrounds Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's food, folks, and fun with K101.
And welcome back to Z92, Boomer TV. Chris Godwin, Tyler Riggs with you as we begin the second quarter. Alva first possession working left to right on left wing. Pinko checks it over in the corner to Kimberlin. He'll take the 3 in the face of Carter Reed. It's off the mark, rolls off the side of the rim, picked up by Connor Price. Boomers push back the other way with the 16-13 lead. Top to key, Price swings at Sunderland. In the left corner to Cheap. Cheap feeds to Reed. Reed with a dribble to work with, hasn't used it, now does, to send it to Price right side on the wing. In the corner, they find Neal to Cheap on the wing. Both Neal and Reed have 2 fouls apiece, so I have to play a little careful to start this second quarter. Price top the key, trying to drive behind the back dribble to paint the little runner. It's wild off the glass, though. Rebound scooped up by Rees, and Alva pushes back the other way as Malone with the jog across the timeline. Top the key, picked up by Connor Price. Swing it out stiffly on the left wing, checked hard by Neal. We'll get to Pinko. We'll go right wing to Malone. Malone dumps into Kimberlin. Kimberlin challenge at the rim. No avail, though, as he banks it off the glass. 4 points for Kimberlin, 16-15. Boomers hold a 1-point advantage. Boomers start out this game up 11-2 at 1 point. And 15-4 a little bit later. Back the other way, Reed on the right wing. Hands off to Sunderland near the baseline. Sunderland, though, picked up the dribble. He needs help, has to find somebody. Finds Reed on the baseline. Nearly gets in the paint, loses the handle. Ball's loose. Ruiz takes it away for Alva. 6:40 remain in the first half. Boomers up by 1, but Alva looking for their first lead of the game on this possession. Malone picked up by Price, top of the key. Hands it off to Ruiz, left side to Shipley on the wing. Back up to Malone. Malone gets a high screen, angles into the paint, driving on Sunderland. Good straight up defense from Sunderland, results in a miss. But Malone collects his own rebound. He's swatted by Sunderland. No, they say a foul. Tough break for Sunderland. Came out to challenge the shot. It's his second foul, first of the quarter for Woodward. Malone heads the line for Alva with a chance for the Gold Bugs to tie and take the lead. As Malone did not start tonight, said he had been feeling under the weather the past week. First free throw rails around and drops. Instead has 3 off the bench. Tied up 16 all between the Boomers and the Gold Bugs. Second free throw for Malone, dips and shoots. That one rails in as well. He's got 4. And Alva takes their first lead of the ball game, 17-16. 6:18 remaining in the half. Top the key for the Boomers, Connor Price. His right wing to Reed, who gets a couple screens high and now drives in the paint, found the lane. He's fouled all the way up. Good take by Carter Reed, leads to the foul from Alva. We get Aiden Kimberlin for his second foul, first of the quarter for Alva. Reed to the free throw line for the Boomers, has 4 points early. First free throw on the way, it's off the back iron. As Campbell Gaspard steps in for the first time tonight for Alva, he'll take out Kimberlin with those 2 fouls. Gaspard, a noticeable size difference between him and Kimberlin. Second free throw for Reed, that one too strong as well. So he misses both at the line, could have tied, took the lead back for the Boomers. Instead, Alva with the rebound. Malone across the timeline for the Gold Bugs, picked up by Reed. Goes left wing to Rees. Rees looking, finds Pinko up top. They work to Malone right side. Malone trying to angle in, doesn't see anything. They kick it back out to Gaspard. 5:45 remain in the half. Alva up 17-16. Breeze with possession. Finds Malone top key. He gets to the paint. Finds the lane. Short arms the floater. Rebound collected by Sunderland. Boomers push it away. It's a 2-on-3. Reed, not with the numbers. Finds a trailing Sunderland. Sunderland for the layup. Oh, it doesn't stick, but he draws the foul. So Connor Sunderland back to the free throw line with 7 points. But Chris, kind of similar to the girls, if you're the guys, you got to capitalize on these free throws.
Yeah, I mean, free throws are what they are. They're free. I mean, you got a free opportunity. Nobody's going to take it away. I mean, it's simply your concentration and ability to do the things that you know you're practicing.
First free throw for Sunderland is too strong off the back iron. Just a few in this half. Second one, that's too strong as well. Rebound for grabs, and Alva comes away with it. So back-to-back trips to the line for the Boomers have resulted in no made free throws. As high left wing, Shipley takes it, sees the double team between Price and Neal. They get it to Pinko. Back in the left corner to Reese. Up top to Shipley. Shipley been a little off his game early. He's got 4 points. Alva, though, with the 17-16 lead as Malone takes the handle, backs up to Woodward W. Picked up by Ben Cheap. Now sees the double team coming as Reed runs over to help. Malone somehow still gets the paint, dribbles off his own foot. It rolls to Pinko. Alva keeps possession. Malone gets the pass back straight away for the three. That's off the back iron. Rebound collected by Price. Price races ahead with numbers. 2-on-2. Zips over to Cheap for the layup. It's off the mark, but Reed follows and rolls in. Just got enough of it. Reed with 6, and the Boomers take the lead again. 18-17. 4:40 remain in the half. Malone across the timeline for the Goldbugs. Sees the double team, finds Pinko open on the left block, backside. Pinko with the easy layup. Pinko with a few points now. As Price the other way for Boomers. He gets at the paint, kicks out to Reed on the baseline. Right side, Cheap for the three, and Rutherby nailed it. Cheap with the answer. And the Boomers make it 21-19. As Malone zips it to the paint, nobody there. He saw the double team coming. It's miscommunication. And that's well near to the cheerleader. Somebody had to watch out down there.
Yeah, I mean, at least somebody's focusing down there, you know.
As Gage Hutchins steps in, he'll take out Ben Cheap. As Boomers with possession, up 21-19. Price on the high right wing, hands off to Reed, gets the screen, rolls around the top of it, into the paint, looking for Hutchins, and the Boomers commit a turnover of their own. A little miscommunication between Reed and Hutchins. Looks like Reed thought Hutchins was staying a little bit further out on that baseline. Hutchins was trying to attack the basket. So Alva gets back, 4 minutes even remain in the half. Malone walking it up the court, and no rush. We'll see a double team as soon as he gets to the timeline. Runs around it, drives, and did he get fouled? They say he does. So he's looking to pass it out. They get Connor Price for his second of the quarter for the Boomers.
They got Connor?
Connor Price, yeah. Off the inbounds pass, they get the layup as Ruiz flies in straight into the paint. He picks up the basket, makes it 21-21, all even. With 3:30 left in the first quarter. Top the key, Reed with possession, guarded tightly by Ruiz. Flips over to Neal, they swing it to Hutchins, left side, zips it into Sunderland in the paint, bodying it up on Malone, goes up for the shot strong, he's fouled. Malone tried to draw the charge as he went to the floor. Sunderland shot short of it. But
it's worked the past few times, so I mean, you can't discredit his efforts.
That's true. It's true. But now the Boomers got converted at the line. We're 0 for 4 and making 0 for 5 now in the last 3 trips. That's Sunderland's first free throw strong, so he does 5 straight free throws. Boomers got to break that spell. Sunderland collects for the second free throw. That one again strong, high off the glass. Rebound though underneath by Hutchins. Second effort rolls in. So Hutchins, despite the miss, able to hustle on the boards. He's got his first basket of the night. Boomers take the lead again, 23-21, 3:10 left in the half. He's on the right wing, Gaspard looking for the lob to Shipley. Shipley catches it but can't go up for the lob, and then gets fouled underneath. Let Connor Sunderland fly in and kind of crawl on his back.
Well, I don't expect us to allow Shipley to have any kind of play. You know, he was wanting to have a big time opportunity right there on the layup or a slam, however it is. But
as that was the third foul on Connor Sunderland. Shipley's first free throw, catches the back iron, sticks on the side of the rim and goes in. He's got 5. And Sunderland comes out, Ben Cheat back into the ball game. Shipley looking to tie it for Alva at 23 all on the second free throw. A couple dribbles, a third, a fourth. Dips and shoots. That one up and net. Shipley with 6. 23 all. 3 minutes, I should say, left of the quarter. Left side, Hutchins dips it baseline to Cheap. Back to Hutchins on the give and go, but he's challenged by Ruiz at the rim. Ruiz fell to the floor with it. They didn't call it as he flipped it up to Malone somehow. So Alva gets it back on the rebound. Looking to take the lead again. Malone top the key at the W. Price backs off of him. They go right side to Gaspard on the wing. Finds Ruiz cutting to the paint. Ruiz at the rim over Neal and gets it off the glass. Ruiz with 9 quickly. And Alva back ahead 25-23. Price in the deep right corner double team. Sends it in the corner. They work it to left side to Hutchins. Up top to Reed. Reed splits the double team. Drives to the paint for the lip. Oh, it just rolls off the front of the rim. Made a beautiful move and couldn't get it to stick. Alva takes the rebound, leading 25-23. As Malone sends it left side to Gaspard on the wing. He's trying to drive baseline. Gets it down to Mathers. Mathers open at underneath the rim for the deuce, his first basket. Alva up top, 27-23. Boomers back the other way with 2 minutes left and a half. High right wing goes to Reed, to Cheap in the corner. Top the key to Neal. They're working to Price left side. Price finds a cutting Carter Reed for the layup. Gets it. Reed with a nice cut. So he's got 8. Boomers cut it back to 2. 27-25. Malone calmly across the timeline on the jaw. Top the key. Now looks to attack. Spins into Price, and they call him for the travel. They almost could have called him for an offensive foul. He stuck an elbow out into Price's chest. As they got to tie his shoe real quick, Zayden Ruiz, but the Boomers essentially forced the turnover on the drive from Malone. 1:36 remaining in the half. Boomers trail 27-25. Alva has controlled the second quarter after Woodward controlled the first. Price flips ahead to Cheap. Right corner open for the 3. Short armed it. Neal, though, with the rebound, pokes it up and in over Lance Mathers. That was a tough angle. Still worked his way in. They were tied back up at 27. Alva with possession. Malone top of the key for the Gold Bugs. Dumps down to Ruiz. Ruiz lets Neal fly by him on the layup. Gets it off the glass. Ruiz with 11. Alva back on top, 29-27. On the right side to Cheap. Price on the baseline, looking to attack. He gets bumped hard by Mathers. Foul on the floor as Price goes to the ground. Mathers is a thick guy. He's not hugely tall, but he is thick. And Price is filmed.
That was a lot of thought to go through.
He's a linebacker for a reason. Not the tallest, but stocky as could be. Strong. Price does get back up though, so he'll trigger beneath the right block for the Boomers. Counts on. He's got thrown up top to Cheap. 1 minute remaining in the half. Boomers trail 29-27. Reed left side. On the wing goes up top to Price at the W. Looking to Cheap right side. Picked up by Mathers. Finds Reed working over the top. He has to kick it back out to Price. Or to Cheap, excuse me. They got an offensive foul on Carter Reed. That's 2 where he just kind of bogoed into somebody. I think that's Malone again that just fell to the floor in response.
Yeah, that's going to put Reed in some foul trouble. I would suspect. Well, there's only 50 seconds, so he's really going to have to avoid any kind of contact here.
As Laredo does pop off the bench, but he didn't get the sub in time. Price trying to guard on Malone to the paint. Malone's layup doesn't go, but they call the foul on Connor Price. His third. So Boomers with 2 players, 3 fouls here in the last minute. As Reed with 3, Price now with 3. And Jay Graff steps off the bench, as we'll probably see Price as well as Reed come out. First free throw from Malone, splashes in. He's got 5 points, and Alva makes it 30-27. And sure enough, Reed to the bench, as well as Price, Graff, and Laredo in. So it's Graff, Laredo, Hutchins, Neal, and Cheap, the 5. Second free throw from Malone, that's none but net. 4-point advantage for the Gold Bucks, 31-27. Boomers back the other way with 35 seconds remaining in the half. Graff on the right wing to Cheap, trying to dump into Neal. Neal is harassed by Shipley, and it's last touch by Shipley out of bounds to the Boomers. As I have the inbounds on the baseline, it'll be not quite under the block. It'll be more of the in between the block and the three-point line, as Cheap will trigger right side. Cheap bounces it into Graff, passes loose, is stolen away by Shipley. Shipley looking to attack, going on Hutchins. Hutchins draws the charge. Just stood in there, planted his feet. Ooh, Neal is down after the play. He took a shot. Oh, he's holding the ankle. Shipley does pick up the first foul. Neal had 30 last night. Now looks like he's a little slow to get up. 26 seconds remaining in the half. Neal does pop up under his own power. Maybe he just kind of got stepped on as he's walking it off. So good to see that. Don't want to see him come away with a big injury, but it's one of those, Chris. I mean, you probably see it in soccer. You roll that ankle every once in a while, even if it's just temporary. That hurts.
Yeah, it's a vulnerable area. You got a lot of tendons, ligaments, and obviously the bones, right, all tying into one. So, yeah, once that starts getting inflamed, I mean, you really feel it.
As Colt Moore comes in for Neal, who will rest for a minute in the last 20 seconds of the half. Boomers trail 31-27. Graffs with the dribble across the timeline. Goes Laredo left wing, top key to Cheap. To Moore, right side in the corner. Graff looking for somebody. Picked up by Malone. Goes top key to Cheap with 10 seconds. Tried to dump it into Graff. Pass loose. Ruiz comes up with it. Finds it to Malone. 7 seconds. Malone the other way. Doesn't have the numbers. Still gets the paint. He goes wild with the handle. It's out of bounds. Back to the Boomers with 3 seconds remaining in the half. So we'll have one more look at it. Trailing by 4, 31-27 before the break. Laredo dishes into Hutchins. Hutchins going to half-court heave. There it is on the way. Oh, off the front iron. Not a bad look for Gage Hutchins. But we go into the locker room with the Boomers trailing 31-27 at the break to the Gold Bugs. We'll step aside and listen to Boomer Basketball, Z92, and Boomer TV.
Are you searching for that perfect special attire? Look no further. The Top Cat Formal Wear and Accessories at 808 Main Street in Woodward. Top Cat has a beautiful line of bridal, special occasion, and prom dresses to choose from. With no two dresses alike, you'll always get that special look. They guarantee the perfect fit for tuxedos at no extra cost and carry menswear for all your needs. Visit TopCatFormal.com or call 580-256-2888 to book your appointment now. Store hours are 10 a.m. through 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and by appointment only on Saturday. Top Cat also offers layaway. Let Top Cat help you shine on your special day.
Attention Expo Farm Expo exhibitors. Booth space is now available. It's the K101 Z92 Home and Agribusiness Trade Show, and it's coming to the Woodward County Event Center and Fairgrounds April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now in our 40th year, this show features 2 exhibitor buildings plus outdoor exhibitor space and will host an extensive variety of agriculture and farm equipment. Also, home improvement ideas, clothing, communication, and entertainment products, ATVs, lawn and garden, new and used automobiles, plus arts and crafts and great food vendors. Thousands annually rely on Expo Farm Expo to see a wide variety and selection of products and services that only a show of this size can offer. Booth space is now available by calling 580-256-4101. That's 580-256-4101. Don't miss out. Reserve your space today for the Tri-State's largest spring home and farm show and be part of Expo Farm Expo 2024. Coming to the Woodward County Fairgrounds Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's food, folks, and fun with K101.
And welcome back to Boomer Basketball, Z92, Boomer TV. Chris Cotton, Tyler Riggs with you at the half of the boys game as Woodward trails 31-27 to the Gold Bugs. And looking at the halftime stats for both teams, for Alva's side of things, it is Aiden Ruiz with 11 points leading the way. You've got 6 from Dalen Malone, as well as Cash Shipley with 4 from Aiden Kimberlin, 2 for Keelan Pinko and Lance Mathers. On the Boomer side of things, Carter Reed with 8 points in the half, 7 for Connor Sunderland, and then you've got 4 for Ethan Dill, 3 for Connor Price, 3 for Ben Cheap, 2 for Gage Hutchins. In the half quarter scoring, it was Woodward after the first quarter, 16-13, but Alva wins the quarter 18-11 in the second frame. And Chris, that run really started when they were trailing 15-4 in the first quarter, and since then have really applied the pressure and have fought back to take the lead.
They did, and you know what I would point out is the 2 comparisons between this game and the one with Duncan, right? Like we talked about how Duncan had the ability to be dominant. They just didn't know how to stay focused and concentrate to be successful on their attributes and whatnot. But the one thing that I know that we are different is I didn't see the quit. I didn't see the stop factor on our side. So that is a positive. That is something that is a testament to the team and their growth. I think up to this point in the season, they've found a way to kind of stick together and battle on the strengths that they all have. So you know, they're limiting their key players. However, we've got to do a little bit better around the board and kind of prevent them from having those second or maybe that just first initial pass that's right underneath the basket.
Oh, we definitely saw the fire last night on the boards. I think, unfortunately for the Boomers in this half, though, some of that foul trouble has kind of backed them off as some key fouls. Carter Reed with 3, Connor Price with 3, and Connor Sunderland with 3 as well. So that's something to monitor as we begin the second half. Unfortunately, for those 3 guys, you're going to have to play a little bit more, I would say, lackadaisical, but you can't afford that 4th foul early in the 3rd quarter. I have to see how the Boomers approach that defensive aggression to begin the second half. We'll see if Ethan Neal rolls back out okay. He kind of looked like he rolled the ankle a little bit into the half. Did get up under his own power, was walking it off, and saw him jog to the locker room. So I imagine that's a good sign as we begin the second half. He's coming off that 30-point performance last night and hasn't quite got rolling yet. He had 4 points in the half, but had some opportunities, just couldn't quite get them to fall. With that said, the Boomers trail 31-27 to the Gold Bugs at the break. We'll step aside, get you ready for the second half. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 Boomer TV.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy, that you see me learning, growing, and doing my best, and that is enough.
This message presented by the OSSAA and the Oklahoma Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Boomer Fieldhouse. Second half between the Boomers and the Gold Bugs. I'm on top 31-27. While we got a chance, let's take a look at the college basketball scoreboard. We're updating on a couple games earlier. Oklahoma State tonight on the road against Houston. Unfortunately, the Cowboys fall 79-63 to fifth-ranked Houston, as trailed by a little bit more than that at one point, but just couldn't make a run back. Cowboys now set at 10-13 overall in the season. Oklahoma currently taking on BYU on K101 at the moment, as the Sooners lead the 21st ranked Cougars 50-46 with 10:30 left in the ball game. Iowa State on the road in Austin against Texas tonight. They're up by 11, 57-46, 6:53 left in the ball game, as Texas Tech and Baylor in a battle in Waco. Texas Tech on top 23-21, 7:50 left in the first half, as that's a 23 versus 13 matchup between the two sides. And of course, do want to shout out our great sponsors real quick while we got the chance. Do want to thank High Plains Tire, gold sponsor of the Boomer Coaches Show, Top Cat Footwear and Accessories, Divine Stationery, Klein Mechanical, Northwest Glass, Great Plains National Bank, R5 Custom Embroidery, and Long Shots Bar and Grill, who is our Coaches Show host. And looking at some keys to the second half for the Boomers here. You know, me and Chris just talked a little bit about the trying to find that aggression again, maybe on the boards. That's where Alva's been able to clean it up a little bit and get some of those second chance points. Got to watch the foul trouble, of course, for the Boomers with Connor Price, Connor Sunderland, and Carter Reed. Really, it's kind of similar to the girls. You've had some opportunities. Ethan Neal hadn't been quite able to capitalize on some of those. And really, Chris, I think the big thing for the Boomers is that you touched on it right before the break. Just make sure you're not, giving up, right? Show that fight. Don't show that quit. We saw them on the road against Alva when things started to kind of slip. it just took the air out of things. The Boomers have the home crowd tonight behind them. They played that well. We've got a good crowd at Boomer Fieldhouse. I expect to see that energy keep up, maybe, and try to fight this 4-point deficit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're definitely not out of this, and we're still engaged. However, the problem that and you've stated it, we've got 3 players on 3 fouls each, and unfortunately, Carter's earned all of his fouls in the attacking end. Like, he's not even, you know, he's just dribbling and trying to get to the basket, and somehow he's picking up a charge call here and there, and it's not working out. Like, I mean, in his play style, he's aggressive to the basket. His speed is very, very vital for the team. So I don't think that he can give up those opportunities or those looks. However, he's going to have to play cautious, and that's going to hinder our offense. And who knows where Ethan is. I think he's going to go. However,
he was testing ankle just a minute ago. I was watching him. It looks like they maybe taped up a little bit. He's hopping around. Looks like right now he's out there, so we'll see how it plays in the second half.
Yep, definitely.
And both teams getting their final hello. Alva actually on the bench ready to roll. The boys getting their final break. As we see the 5, Neal does come onto the court for the Boomers, so he's back out there, as well as Connor Price. Ben Cheap, it's the starting 5 for Woodward back out. As we will see, Boomers take the first possession of the second half. Connor Price works left to right for the Boomers in this half. Alva goes right to left on the right wing. Sunderland takes pass. They swing it to Reed. To Neal in the corner. Dump it inside to Sunderland on the drive. Draws the foul. Shot too strong off the glass, but Connor Sunderland back to the free throw line. However, for the Boomers, they have missed their last 6 free throws. They've got to convert. Make at least 4 of those 6. You're tied up right now. As he foul charged to Aiden Kimberlin. That's his 3rd. And the free throw for Sunderland rolls in, so he breaks the streak. And he's got 8. As Kimberlin immediately comes out, has to give way to Campbell Gassford. With his 3 fouls, Coach Kimberlin not one to risk it. As the second free throw for Sunderland, too strong, rebounded by Dalen Malone. Alva pushes back right to left. Lead 31-28, just underway in the second half. Malone top of the key, sees the double team at the Woodward W as they back off of it. Price and Cheap race out to get him. Now Neal sneaks over with Price. Price is trying to keep his feet in front of Malone as they work back left side to Ruiz. Over to Malone right side. He looks to the paint, puts up the runner. That's off the front of the rim. Rebound gets tipped right back to Malone. Another shot short, and again tipped right to him as he throws it off Ethan Neal's head. Not intentional. Gets it to Shipley in the left block. Shipley almost traveled, but found it to Ruiz. The bunny underneath, short, and Neal immediately crashes the floor on the rebound and gets slapped in the face. He's fouled on the loose ball. And they get Ruiz for his first of the ball game. 2nd foul in the quarter. Alva on top, 31-28. 7:08 left in the 3rd. As Boomers take possession back, trying to either tie or cut it to 1. Price top the key, picked up by Malone. Goes right side to Sunderland. Sunderland looking, gets to Cheap. They swing it to Reed. Up top, picked up by Shipley. Find Neal left side on the wing. Neal runs over, hands it off to Price. Thinks about the straightaway 3 instead. Pumps, drives, kicks it to Neal. Right wing for the 3. Nothing but net. It barely moved. Neal with the 3. And we've tied it up again. 31-all. 6:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Boomers have scored the first few points of this quarter. As top the key Malone. They swing it over to Gassford left side. Double team. Gassford has to pick up the dribble. Finds Shipley on the wing. Trying to dump it to Hamilton, and the paint does. Sunderland couldn't quite stay with them. Easy layup for Trace Hamilton. As that's his first basket of the ball game. Alva back on top, 33-31. Price, low side for the Boomers. Dishes it to Reed on the baseline. Drives, kicks out to Neal. Right wing, top the key, straight away for 3. Cheap. It's too strong off the back iron. Scooped up by Hamilton and the Gold Bucks. Hands off to Malone, who goes down the right side of the lane, or right side of the court, I should say. Find Gassford, left side, top key to Shipley, thinking about the 3 with Neal guard him. Kicks over to Ruiz, who hands off to Malone, dumps in again to Hamilton. Hamilton gets possession, misses the layup. Rebound fought for. Shipley underneath, second chance. Pogos it up and in. It's an and 1 for Cass Shipley. As he collects his 8th point, and Alva makes it 35-31. And the foul, the 4th on Connor Sunderland. So he may have to come sit for the rest of this 3rd quarter. As sure enough, Gage Hutchins steps up off the bench. Shipley at the line for the traditional 3-point play. The free throw is too long. Collected by Reed. Reed pushing ahead in transition, gets the paint for the layup, blew by everybody. Reed with 10 points, cuts back to 2, 35-33, dangerous situation for the Boomers as Connor Sutherland playing it with 4 fouls. Top key Ruiz goes left side to Gaspard, gets it to Shipley. Shipley looking to drive on the block, gets the paint and flies by Neal for the layup off the glass. Shipley with 10 points, 37-33, Boomers on top, trailing I should say. Cheap on the right side, dumps into Sunderland, up and under for the layup off the glass. It's too strong, gets his own rebound, but gets it stripped away by Campbell. Gaspard looking for the second chance. Alva takes it back with a 4-point advantage. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Top to keep Malone, looking to attack the paint for the run of layup. It's too strong, it rolls right down to him as he's on the floor. Somehow kicks it out to Ruiz. He was just on the floor and it just went right to him. Left side, Gaspard with it. Goes top to key Shipley. He'll take the straightaway 3 challenge. That pops out on the shot. Rebound collected by Cheap. He pushes ahead for the Boomers. Looking to the free throw line. Down to Neal on the block for the layup. Neal with 9. The Boomers cut it back to 2. 37-35. Gage Hutchins still waiting to check in with Sunderland has 4 fouls. Malone double team. Goes right side to Gaspard. On to Malone on the wing. Picked up by Price. Malone slowing the pace. Kicks it left side to Shipley. Up top to Rees. Alva patient on his possession. 4:15 remaining third quarter. Malone directing traffic right side. Finds Rees. Steps out for the 3 straight away. And that splashes in. Aiden Rees with 14 points lead the Gold Bucks. 40-35 out on top by 5. Boomers the other way. Cheap looking for the answer on the wing. That's strong. Rebound collected by Shipley as he skies forward. Shipley hands off to Malone as Alva starts the possession. Malone just a slow jog across the timeline. Finds Ruiz beside him. They go left wing to Gaspard. Gaspard looking. Goes Malone top the key. Gets a high screen from Ruiz. Stepping out is Reed to guard Malone. He drives to the right block for the layup and scoops it up and in. A tough look for Malone goes. He's got 8 off the bench tonight. 42-35. Boomers trail by 7. They work it to Reed left side. Drives to the left block. Stops, pops for the mid-range jumper. And it's just off the mark. Rebound collected by Shipley. 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Boomers trail by 7. Alva looking to push Ruiz all wide open on the block. The Boomers lost him. He's got 16. A timeout taken by the Boomers and Coach Kayla Gaines as Woodward now trails by 9. All of a sudden 44-35. It's a full one. We'll step aside with him. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
In 2022, Oxfam will fight inequality to create a future of equal rights and equal treatment so that everyone can thrive, not just survive. At oxfamamerica.org, learn how you can offer life-saving support to people experiencing crises right now while working to tackle the root causes of poverty and injustice for the long term. Together, let's make equality a reality at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
Boomer Basketball, C92, Boomer TV, as the Boomers have let Alva pull ahead a little bit, 44-35 in the third quarter. Over the last couple of minutes, Alva has gone on a 11-4 run, as it was 33-31. Boomers were within 2. They eventually tied it. 3:17 remaining third quarter. Woodward out of the timeout looking to find an answer, as Connor Sunderland finally got to sub out with his 4 fouls. Gage Hutchins steps in. Connor Price takes up the court for the Boomers, working left to right across the timeline, goes to Cheap, high left wing. Cheap back up to Price straight away, runs over, hands it off to Neal. Neal over to Price in the deep corner. They go to Hutchins, right side. Gets Cheap rolling around screen. Cheap, a weird leaner, that quite doesn't go. It rims out, and the Cheap trying to handle the rebound. They say it's out of bounds off him as he came in to try to get the rebound. Unfortunately, couldn't handle it. The Boomers can't convert out of the timeout, and Alva has a chance to push it to double digits with 2:50 remaining in the third quarter. Malone jogs across the timeline, goes high left wing to Gaspard. He's double teamed by Cheap and Price, and now Gaspard bumped, they say, by Cheap. Cheap just his first foul of the ball game, but the second of the quarter for Woodward. As Malone will inbound near side for Alva. Goes free throw line to Reed, turns, drives on Reed, puts it up off the glass, gets it to stick, and they say an and one. Reed just put the hand up, didn't even touch him. And that's tough. That's the 4th foul for Reed. So now he's got 4. And Ruiz pushes it to 11-point advantage for Alva, 46-35. He's got 18 points as Connor Adair steps in for the first time tonight. Gaspard checks out. I'm not quite sure what the officials pointed to. Maybe want somebody to come out. We got official stoppage. Well, might be throwing somebody out, unfortunately. As Aaron Laredo comes up off the bench for the Boomers. As Carter Reed does check out with his 4 fouls, so Laredo steps in. Unfortunately, one of the Boomer fans got told to step out. Official did not like it, I guess. Free throw by Ruiz is good. As he's got 19, and he checks out immediately. Lance Mathers steps in. 47-35, Boomers find themselves down by 12. 2:35 remaining third quarter. Right side, Hutchins zips it into Laredo, losing the handle. He tries to pass it out as he's going out of bounds, and Shipley comes up with the steal. The Boomers just haven't been able to find the rhythm since the early part of this third quarter. On the 12-2 run the last few minutes. On the right wing, Malone takes it, gets a high screen from Hamilton, rolls around it into the paint, finds Mathers, cutting to the basket for the layup. Mathers with 4 points, and Alva's pushed it to 49-35, up by 14. Top of the key, Price. Looking for a screen from Neal, rolls around it, goes to Cheap in the right corner. Up top, Neal for the 3 on the wing, that bounces off the side of the rim, high rebound, scooped up by Malone. Malone will push for the Gold Bugs, cross the timeline. Gets the right wing and zips it to Shipley in the corner, open for 3. Shipley pops it out. Rebound though underneath by Hamilton. That pogo misses. The third chance by Shipley rattles in. And now Alva starting to dominate the glass. They lead 51-35. Boomers the other way. Hutchins trying to drive, sends it off the glass. It rolls off the rim. And again, the Boomers can't find an answer. Alva with the board. As Malone finds Adair across the timeline at the W. Goes left side to Shipley, gets a high screen for Mathers. Mathers rolls off it, down to the left block. Mathers kicks it out to Malone. On the wing, Malone directing traffic. Minute 15 remaining, third quarter. Malone drives into the paint, looking to attack, stops, pops, and they say a foul on Ethan Neal as Neal had come over to try to block him. But they say Malone drew the foul. That's the third on Neal. Fourth in the quarter for the Boomers. That's Malone at the line for a free throw. First one off the front iron, it's short. Boomers got to find an answer this last minute or so. Need to get a little momentum going into the fourth. Second free throw, that's strong as well from Malone, but he gets around Laredo to get his own rebound and sets up the offense again for Alva on the right wing. Gets a high screen from Hamilton, now stops for the 3, that's short off the side of the rim. Rebound collected underneath by Cheap. Boomers push ahead with a minute left in the quarter, trailing 51-35. They give Cheap the lane, trying to drive. He's swatted at, and they say it's out of bounds off of Alva. As Cheap was hacked at all the way up. 57 seconds remain in the quarter. Cheap will trigger beneath the right block. As he waits for the official to set up. Cheap looking for somebody off the inbounds, goes top the key to Laredo. Takes it, drives to the paint, looking over Shipley, gets the layup to roll in. Tough look for Laredo, his first basket of the night. Cougars make it 51-37. Still, they trail by 14 with 45 seconds remaining in third quarter. Malone for the Gold Bugs. Sends it right wing to Adair. Finds Hamilton at the elbow. Hamilton trying to drive. Goes back to Adair on the corner. Adair with the dribble on Laredo. Gets cut off. Feeds to Hamilton the paint on Neal. Puts it over Neal and gets it in. That was a tough leaner by Hamilton. His second basket of the night, 53-37. Gold Bugs on top. Boomers with 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. High left wing. Price sends it to Hutchins. Left side, looking for Neal on the backside layup and gets it. Little lob, and Neal scoops it home. He's got 11. 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Boomers though trail by 14. Adair walking across the timeline with 5 seconds. Right wing to Malone with 4. Malone gets a high screen, 2. He's double teamed, stolen away by Price. He used it at the buzzer, and that's off the mark. We end the third quarter like that. Boomers will trail 53-39, headed into the final frame. Step aside, you're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but Sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Oklahoma at highschoolofficials.com.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute? When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Filled house is going to be second quarter between the Bucks and the Boomers. Alva on top 53-39 after a big run to close the back half of the third quarter. Gold Bugs ultimately were on a 13-4 run to end that quarter, and they won the quarter overall 22-12 against the Boomers. They begin with possession to start the final frame as Aiden Kimberlin back into the ball game, takes the handle. Top key, feeds it to Malone. Malone over to Adair, right side. To Ruiz on the Jimmy Peck logo. He's got 18. Finds Kimberlin straight away for the three. That rims out. Rebound scooped up by Gage Hutchins. Hutchins looking to attack. 3-on-3 for the Boomers. Nice feed down to Cheap. Cheap lets a man blow by him for the layup. He short-armed it off the side of the rim. Good luck, just could not convert. As crosses the timeline, it's Kimberlin for Alva. Top key goes to Adair right side. Gets a high screen for Ruiz. Ruiz rolls off it into the paint, challenging on Neal, and a whistle, and they say a foul underneath on the floor. And they get Laredo his first of the quarter for the Boomers. So Alva keeps possession, leading 53-39, 7:22, excuse me, left in the ball game. Inbounds goes to Malone near the right elbow. He backs it out top of the key. Now resits, flips to Adair, left wing deep three for Adair. That rims out. Rebound scooped up by Cheap. Cheap looking to attack for the Boomers. Sends it down to Hutchins. In transition, up and under layup for Hutchins. Sticks it off the glass. Tough shot for Hutchins. Just 4 points for him on the night. The Boomers make it 53-41, still trailing by 12. Malone, top of the key. Picked up by Price. Send it inside to Ruiz. He's double teaming Mealy, and they say a foul underneath. Thought he lost the handle, but no. They get Cheap for his second. Cheap wasn't even down there, I thought. Second of the quarter for the Boomers. Second for Cheap. As Shipley will trigger beneath the left block. Gets it out to Malone in the corner. Picked up by Price. Malone on the wing. Sits it up. Dumps it into Ruiz. Guarded tightly by Cheap. Tries to go up and under on Cheap. And Ruiz puts the footwork in. Gets the basket. He has got 20. Heaton Ruiz a terror tonight. 55-41. Alva on top. And Wilson on the foul the other way as the Boomers get bumped. And they get Cash Shipley for his second foul. Excuse me, Ruiz with 21 tonight. Shipley beneath the left block. Or excuse me, Price beneath the left block. And then they say an offensive foul on the inbound. They get a bit Cheap. So Cheap with the third foul of the ball game, third of the quarter for the Boomers. Say pushed away trying to get open. So it's a turnover as Alva takes back. Malone with the dribble up the right side. On the wing. They send it to Kimberlin left side, dumps it into Hamilton. Hamilton in traffic, misses the layup, rebound collected by Neal. Neal goes ahead to Price, and Price gets it stripped away by Kimberlin, who then gets the offensive foul. So an odd sequence results in the fourth foul for Aiden Kimberlin. Second of the quarter for Alva. Boomers, though, still trail 55-41 with 6:17 remaining in the ball game. Got to find a way back in. High left wing Neal. He'll look to attack into the paint. Stops, trying to go up and under over Hamilton. Shot is off the front of the iron. Rebound collected by Malone. Malone pushes for the Gold Bugs. Momentarily loses the handle, but gets back on the right side. Picked up by Price, and Malone walks it to the top of the key. Let the offense set up as they swing it to Shipley, left wing. Up to Kimberlin, attacking from the top, gets the left block, puts a shot over Neal, but it's way off the mark over the rim. Picked up by Price. Price ahead on a nice pass to Cheap. Can't get it to go. Hutchins the follow through. That's off. Laredo, the third chance, finally goes in. Laredo with 4 points. Boomers again cut it to 12, but you want to get up under 10 here within the next minute or two. 5:30 remaining in the ball game. Alva on top, 55-43. Malone on the high right wing. Drives, attacks, the tough layup. It's too strong, but Shipley on the follow through. Shipley with 14. 57-43, Alva on top. Price quickly the other way to Cheap in the right corner. He takes it into the paint, and they got a whistle and a foul underneath. Who's it on? Looks like it's on Kimberlin, and that's number 5. Kimberlin's out. He fouls out with 4 points. It's JP Kimberlin. As we got waiting on a substitution for Alva. It is Campbell Gaspard off the bench. So Kimberlin, the senior, out with 5 fouls. And as third of the quarter for Alva. Boomers, though, still trail 57-43, and they have possession as Price, beneath the right block, throws into Cheap, right elbow jumper. That's off the mark. Rebound fought for, eventually collected by Alva and Cash Shipley. Shipley slows up the pace as he flips it back to Malone, who walks it across the timeline. Checked by Price. Malone drives to the paint, dumps it down to Ruiz. Ruiz in traffic with 3 Boomers. His shot wild off the back iron. Rebound collected by Hutchins. Hutchins full steam ahead, poked out by Malone. Finds Cheap to Laredo trailing off the glass. Laredo with 6 points in the second half, 57-45. Malone leaks out the other way and gets the layup. Malone slipped behind the defense. He's got 10. Still a 14-point ball game. Price on the right wing. In the corner to Cheap to Neal. They swing it left side to Laredo. In the corner to Hutchins. Picked up by Shipley. Hutchins gets around Shipley. Gets in the paint, but gets it poked away and stolen. As Alva comes up with another turnover. 59-45. They lead by 14 with 4:20 left in the ball game. Boomers have gone toe-to-toe in the fourth quarter here, but haven't been able to get over the top and cut the lead down. That's Gaspard on the left wing with it, checked by Cheap. Dribbles to the top of the key, feeds Malone right wing. Malone directing traffic, dumps it inside to Ruiz, but stepping ahead, still in the way is Hutchins. Hutchins for the layup and gets it to stick. Hutchins with 6. Boomers again cut it back to 12, but time is slipping away with 3:50 left in the ball game. Malone across the timeline, picked up by Price. Malone with the dribble, looking at Price, zips it over to Ruiz on the left side, trying to find somebody. Ruiz dumping it into Hamilton. Neal on him. Hamilton just puts in the footwork up and under for the layup. Hamilton with 6 points, goes to 61-47. Boomers the other way. Hutchins, open for the right corner 3. It's too strong. Rebound picked up by Ruiz. As he flips it back to Malone. 3:20 left in the ball game. Malone attacks in the paint, dumps it over to Hamilton. It's too strong off the glass as it rolls over the rim. Picked up by Laredo on the rebound. Cheap trying to dump it inside and bounced off the foot of Ruiz on the pass. As Les Mathers sit to check in, as well as Carter Reed, Connor Sunderland with their 4 fouls. Laredo and Cheap step out. So Laredo and Hutchins to the bench with 6 apiece. Boomers though trail 61-47. Inbounds goes to Reed, high right wing. Reed looking, finds Sunderland straight away. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Boomers trail by 14. Flips back to Price. Price zips it to Neal on the baseline, open for layup. Neal with 13. Boomers though can't get it under 10 here in this quarter. As Malone in the backcourt picks up pressure from Hutchins and Price. Malone trying to get across the timeline. Feeds ahead to Shipley, right wing. Shipley drives. Sunderland trying to draw the foul. They call the foul, but they say it's on Sunderland. Wow. Sunderland thought he had planted well on the block. Instead, they get Sunderland. That's number 5. He's out with 8 points. And they call it shooting foul as well. So Shipley to the line as it's been Cheap up off the bench. Tough break for the Boomers. Cheap checks in. Shipley at the line with 14 points, a couple dribbles, third or fourth. Dips and shoots the first one. It's too strong off the back iron. Remain 61-49, 2:42 remain in the ball game. Boomers trail by 11. Or by 12, excuse me. A couple of dribbles. And Shipley sinks the second free throw. He's got 15. Makes it a 13-point ball game. Neal, left wing for three for the Boomers. That's off the front of the rim and picked up by Malone on the rebound. Malone down the left side. Gets across timeline, goes top of the key, poked out by Price. Now diving as Hutchins, couldn't catch up with him. Malone driving, kicks it left corner. Gassford launches the three. That's off the mark, right side of the rim. Rebound fought for, it's out of bounds. They say off Alva. So the Boomers get it back, trailing 62-49, 2:20 remaining in the ballgame. Gone toe-to-toe with Alva in the quarter, but again, just have not been able to cut it back under 10. The gap that Alva built in the third quarter. Top key Price trying to get to Reed, almost stolen away by Gaspard. Reed collects it, left wing, now drives baseline, kicks into the quarter, Cheap for the three, it splashes. Ben Cheap, a big three, cuts it to 10. 62-52, pressure's on with 2 minutes left. Alva trying to break the press, they do. Shipley down the left side, driving and takes a bump from Ben Cheap, that's his fourth. And it sends Shipley to the line as that's number 5 on to Woodward. So Shipley hits the line with 15 points. Looking to add to it. He had 18 last time out against the Boomers, had 27 before that. Dip shoots the first free throw, it splashes home. 16 points for Shipley. Second free throw on the way, that one good as well. He's got 17, it's back to a 12-point advantage for the Gold Bugs. 64-52, Boomers trying to drive. Reed up and under on the baseline, and it goes off the under part of the rim. It's short. Rebound collected by Alvarez. Mathers takes possession, flips ahead to Shipley on the left wing. Shipley looking to drive, dumps it down to Ruiz in the paint. Ruiz working on Neal, gets the layup underneath. Ruiz with 23 points. 66-52, Boomers the other way. Another shot goes off the mark, and Mathers collects the board. Minute 20 left of the ball game as pushing ahead is Malone. Dumps it down to Ruiz, back to Mathers, and it's an easy 2 again. Mathers with a few more points. He's got 6. 68-52. Boomers the other way. Cheap left corner for 3. It bounces off the rim. Rebound collected by Price. Did he get fouled? He did. Good effort by Price to collect the backside rebound. And they get Aiden Ruiz his second. 4th team foul for Alva. 68-52, Boomers trail with a minute 6 left in the ball game. Running out of time quick. Neal in the paint takes the inbounds. They work it out to Cheap. Left side again, the 3 again just rolls off the rim, off the mark. Scooped up by Al and Ruiz as he flips Malone. Malone top key. Seeing some swipes, but keeping the handle. On the right side, Malone just dribble it back out. 45 seconds left in the ball game. Dumps down to Mathers. Mathers takes the layup. He's got 8. Alva has pushed the lead to 18 with 40 seconds left. 70-52. Price launches the straightaway 3. Nailed it. Kind of an odd one out of rhythm, but he hit it. He's got 6. Back to a 15-point game, and Gaspard gets fouled on the inbounds as a couple Boomers roll over. And they get Ben Cheap. That's number 5. He's out of the ballgame as Aaron Laredo steps in. 2 Boomers fouled out tonight, Connor Sunderland and Ben Cheap. 29 seconds left in the ball game. Gaspard at the line. Alva 15-point advantage, 70-55. First free throw for Gaspard, rattles around and rolls out. Second free throw for Gaspard all the way. That's too strong off the back iron. Rebound collected by Reed, and he's fouled underneath on the loose ball by Mathers. That's foul number 5 for Alva in the quarter. So Reed has the line with his 10 points. Boomers though trailing by 15, 70-55, 28 seconds remaining in the ball game. As Reed collects for the first free throw, a dribble, dips, and shoots. That rolls in. Carter Reed with 11 tonight. Fortunately, the foul trouble is going to be too much for the Boomers in the second half. Alva put together a big run in the third quarter. Second free throw all the way. That one rolls in as well for Reed. 70-57. Boomers trail on the inbound. Shipley will take it. Being trapped by a couple Boomers. Looked like he walked with it, but they didn't call it. And then they call the foul. Hutchins was one to travel. They didn't call it. And the foul by Reed. He's out with his 12 points. So 3 Boomers foul out tonight. Jake Graff steps in. to replace. Shipley heads the line for 2 free throws with 17 points. Shipley a few dribbles, 4th and 5th. Dips and shoots. First one runs out. Shipley getting ready for the second free throw. A few more dribbles, dips and shoots that one, and that rattles in. So he splits the pair, he's 18 points. Alva makes it 71-57. Boomers the other way with 20 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Price again launches another 3. Nailed it from the right side. Connor Price with 2 long threes back to back. Boomers cut to 11, but definitely not enough time. 10 seconds. Mathers the other way for Alva. His layup runs out. He'll look at the push with 5 seconds. Ahead to Hutchins at the buzzer. Essentially, that's off the glass. And that's how we end the ball game. The Boomers fall 71-60 at home to the Gold Bugs. We'll step aside for a break, come back, and put final thoughts on it before we get you set up for Friday night. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
For the past 58 years, Klein Mechanical has served Woodward and Northwest Oklahoma for all your residential or commercial needs, including plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and construction. One call does it all. Located at 1301 Main Street, or give them a call at 256-5014. Good luck, Boomers.
You've seen children at their best and at other times, and you still love them. If you've got love to give, we've got foster children who need it. Visit okfosters.org to learn more about becoming a foster parent.
Sponsored by Oklahoma Human Services.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Tyler Riggs with you as Boomer Boys fall tonight to the Gold Bugs 71-60. Let's look at the post-game stats. First for Alva, it was Aiden Ruiz this night. Led the Gold Bugs the entire way. He finished with 23 points. Cass Shipley at 18. A lot of that with some free throws down the stretch. 10 for Dalen Malone tonight. 6 for Trace Hamilton. And 8 for Lance Mathers. On the Boomers side, it was Ethan Neal leading the way with 13 points. Carter Reed with 12. Connor Price with 9 had some threes towards the end of the game. 6 apiece for Aaron Laredo, Ben Cheap, and Gage Hutchins. Also Connor Sunderland finishing with 8 for the Boomers. Well, Chris, fortunately in the second half, Alva just kind of turned it on in that third quarter. Foul trouble kind of got to the Boomers as well. Saw Carter Reed, Connor Sunderland have to sit long stretches in that second half. And Alva's been playing well. We talked about it. They've won 8 of the last 9, now making 9 of the last 10. The Boomers just couldn't quite solve the riddle in the second half.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it right before they came out for the second half. Being in that position, having those 3, we had three players, three starters, three guys that have a ton of minutes who were sitting on 3 fouls. And so it was just a super tough position to be in, especially when you want a game to be competitive. Like Alva is, and you know, it really kind of takes I think the momentum of what you want your team to be and do, and so we were just put in a bind, and so having those guys sit for as long as they did, and then asking them to come into the game and try to put a performance together that is, I wouldn't say unnatural. It's very difficult to do against a very talented Alva Goldberg team.
Yeah, when they get rolling, Alva is definitely on it. And with that, the Boomers on the girls' side now sit at 9-12 on the season. The boys at 8-13, just 2 regular season contests left as Friday night hosts the Duncan Demons into town. They return the trip that we took last week up to Duncan. And then next Tuesday, a week from today, it'll be the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets into town to wrap up the regular season. The Boomers do have districts, of course, in Weatherford. We will find out, hopefully by the time we get on air Friday night, the time and date for that game. They won't release it until this weekend. So last past weekend, they didn't release the Class A and B districts until about Saturday. So may still be without a time and date when we get to Friday, but we'll hope to have that to you. And with that said, I want to thank everybody, of course, for joining us tonight, whether you're listening on Z92 or tuned in on Boomer TV. Do want to thank our sponsors one final time with High Plains Tire, gold sponsor, sponsoring the Boomer Coaches Show, Top Cat Formal and Accessory, Divine Stationery, Klein Mechanical, Northwest Glass, Great Plains National Bank, R5 Customer Embroidery, and Long Shots Bar and Grill Hoods. Our Coaches Show host. Do want to remind you, we'll be there tomorrow night as welcome Athletic Director David Gordon to begin the show. We'll also hear from Coach Lacey Moore, a couple of the girls players, and a couple of the boys players, some seniors, as we'll have senior night upcoming soon for the Boomers. Of course, Chris, do want to thank you as well for helping out, filling in for Dakota off the bench the last few games. We appreciate it, sir. Wearing both caps with Boomer TV and here on Z92 with us. Always good to have the coach's perspective, if you will. With that, I got to thank the man back at the board, Mr. Rance Bay, doing an excellent job as always. Folks, have a great rest of your Tuesday night. We will catch you tomorrow night, 6 to 7 o'clock for the Boomer Coaches Show on Z92.